Are you happy to see Tiny back in the meta, Avery?
Oh, it's a treat. I mean, everybody's been wondering, where will this Tiny go if he's not in professional Dota? What will he do? Will he have a job? Well, thankfully, he will not have to search for a new job because he's been pushed straight back into professional Dota. And that's great to see. I feel like he's been gone for 8-9 months maybe out of the last 12 years. So good for Tiny being back right into it, dominating games yet again. Witch Doctor.
This aura thing is so stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So good. I played 2 games today, Tiny in both of them. Just unbelievably strong.
His win rate went up for good reasons. See what Tundra can do with it in this game 1, but kind of like what Yandex got going in this draft. I think Tundra are forcing the picks that they feel are strong in the patch, but into some heroes that are potentially very good against them.
Okay.
I think the Maledict could bring some of these big boys down, but in particular that Timber Saw. Like, you're picking Tide and Tiny into a Timber. Always got that Whirling Death to chunk them down. And then this Slark can potentially build some stacks off of these frontliners that normally would be kind of impenetrable. Especially 33 on that Tide. He wants to build the auras. Auras are not that great against Slark. In theory. Again, it takes getting these heroes to a point where they can inflict that damage and sit there without dying in the first place. But assuming Yandex can get there, I kind of like what they got going on in terms of the draft itself. So I have some faith here.
Zoxa doing battle up here, man. Pure starts off the lane at like a 3rd HP. And he's battling it out with Whitemon too.
Well, it's not going much better for Watson, who just gets chunked by the Shadow Realm plus Gush combo. Shadow Realm also just dodged out the majority of the damage from the Maledict, so Malady will have to find some impact somehow on this lane to get the Slark through. It might just take the heal point. Tundra coming out swinging here with the damage. Early CS is kind of going the Yandex's way. Particularly that mid lane could be something that Shira Jr. hopes to open up with this DK, who's going to have absolute free farm here.
Yeah, I would imagine this is a decent matchup for DK.
Oh yeah, you have base damage reduction, you have the regen, you have the armor. Nothing Tiny can really do to force you off the lane.
And Tiny doesn't have armor.
Exactly. So you're effective, and then you can push his tower. If he wants to rotate or play for runes, you can just take his tier 1.
Maledict goes off, but really not going to do that much damage if you can immediately Shadow Realm and get a little bit of tango action during that Shadow Realm with the extra HP that you get off of the innate Pixie Dust.
Glad to see Dark Willow back in the meta. I think this hero should have been played more. Super powerful hero. It's one of those supports. It's kind of strong in the laning phase, great in the mid game, and great ultra late. It can fall off a little bit when people get BKBs and dispels and that type of stuff, but if the game goes later, the durations go down. She can survive in fights. She can play from the backline and just has great spells to really swing that team fight and annoy carries.
What's the downsides of this hero? Why did it go away in the first place?
It can be a bit slow to move around the map early as a 4 because her spells are pretty expensive. So like if you TP to a lane and throw out a Bramble plus, you know, a Shadow Realm, then that's all your mana gone. Her laning wasn't the strongest of a lot of heroes. She sometimes can struggle committing for range creeps for some offlaners because she basically has to commit one of her spells to get it, and they're both a little expensive to do that.
Okay.
And she's not the best hero to just kind of play and stack because she wants levels herself. I view this hero as you want an offlaner with stuns that you can follow up on, and you want an offlaner that you can threaten kills with, play with, and not have to just, I'm going to go be a stack bot while you solo the lane. And I feel like for the majority of the last year or two, Dota has gone away from the jump stun killers towards the stacking and efficiency. Maybe it's swinging a little bit back now, and we're maybe more towards the middle, and we're seeing this hero a little bit more. But I think that's been the biggest issue. And maybe more so, a lot of those stun killers were from the mid lane, if anything, during TI.
Notice he's going to level up Timber Chain, gets out of the blast, still dies though. First blood goes to Whitemon. In fact, second blood is also maybe going to go to Whitemon. No, that one's picked up by Pure, but a double in the top lane for Tundra.
Such a strong lane. Don't see Timber get out lane this hard often, but Tundra putting in work, and they have really liked this Juggernaut pick out of phase. Just show it early, especially when they can see the one lane it's going against. And just have faith that Pure is going to get what he needs in the game, even if the lane is a little rough. In this case, you win the lane with that pick. You're mega happy.
It's a good thing that Yandex's safe lane strikes back, trying to even things out a little bit. The advantage of the Slork versus Tidehunter.
Did take that heal point to keep the Slork in the lane. Not an easy lane once the Maledict is level 2. That's where this Tide can really get threatened. You did pick up the Lotus, which is nice. But we are seeing the Dark Willow kind of suffer in this setup because, again, you don't have aggressive potential if you're Tundra. Doesn't really want to just go stack for the Tide, even though that's what you're going to end up having to do here. If he does go and stack and leaves the Tide, I think 33 just gets instantly all-in kill. So you're kind of just stuck babysitting him without aggressive potential, which feels a little bad for Ahri right now. But that is the product of the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor is going to force your support to sit there, or you completely zone/kill the offlaner. Downside is you have to play Witch Doctor, which, you know.
What's wrong with Witch Doctor? Witch Doctor's cool.
Look, I love Witch Doctor. It is one of my favorite heroes, but this hero is a pub slayer, not a competitive winner.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one. There's the Maledict, level 2. Yeah, more than enough damage to kill 33. I was curious whether or not that Maledict pop would actually bounce over to the Shadow Realm's Dark Willow, but apparently not.
Only bounce to what you can see and what you can hit. Now, that's not a bad outcome for Ahri. I mean, the Tide is still farming pretty well down here, so I don't know how sad 33 is about that in general. Is he'll TP out with double boots, give one to the Dark Willow here.
Yeah, I have no doubt 33 is like, his Giga Brain is keeping track of all the CS he has versus Watson. He's just like, whatever, man. I don't care if I die.
Yeah. You're going to have to vacate this lane eventually anyway if the Slark pulls ahead, so as long as you're trading out and getting what you need here, you're pretty happy. They're going to bring the Pugna down here as well. Level 2 blast plus the catapult double range creep. This tower is going to take a lot of damage if you don't bring some reinforcements.
Put the gush on it. Watson shrugs it off pretty easily here. So a bit of damage. I would say Tundra probably did not get what they wanted out of that.
Didn't get the Slark kill, but still got some decent tower damage off the catapult. Again, in a lane against the Witch Doctor, who's supposed to be threatening the kill right now, being put on the back foot.
The trade-off is they pretty much were giving up the power rune in some ways because they were stacked down in this bottom lane. But Soxa had to take an arcane rune. Nothing Chira Jr. can really take advantage of.
Solid laning phase for Tundra so far.
Tundra have been on a streak against Yandex. When Soxa broke away from Tundra and joined the Yandex roster, the first series they played was in Fisher Playground 2, which Yandex did win 2-1, but since then, they played in Blast Slam 5, both in the group stage and, of course, the finals, where they 3-0'd Yandex, so they're currently on a 4-game win streak against this squad.
It's kind of an interesting matchup. I mean, I think Tundra is favored against a lot of teams in the world on average. They're a damn good team. But if you look at these two teams in particular, you kind of have this Watson guy you have to pick and play around as a carry. I feel like whatever team he's in, he's going to want to play a Giga carry. He's going to want to get really farmed. You're not going to be able to play that fast. But at the same time, if there's been a standout player for me on Yandex, it's been noticed in this offlane, this tournament. Just owning and taking games over.
Yeah, he's done really well.
So this team's kind of a hybrid. Like, they can play fast through their offlane. They're a little slow on the safe lane. And then you're up against Tundra, who are just the efficiency gods. So you kind of have to pick a route and have faith it's going to win out, or you just get caught in the middle and slaughtered. Maledict probably pop 33 here. Oh, he gets pounced anyway.
Got him on the pounce, and now the Dragon Tail stun on Ahri. Free fire to run him down. Okay.
Physical AoE spell right there. And nice rotation from the DK. They pick up The Pugna top starting to come alive here. Yandex making some moves. They do give up the power rune to the Tiny. It's a good one in the amp damage. But you're getting some serious tower pressure off of this DK form.
Easy Timber Chain away. Man, so I was looking at it, because part of this matchup, right, Soxa versus his old team, he's obviously going to be a very intimate knowledge about what Tundra want to do. Avalanche stun. Chira Jr. going to be tossed back underneath the tower here. Chira Jr. makes a run for it. Can 33 hit him with the gush? Then he toss back. Meanwhile, Pure going for the dive here. Almost dives to notice.
Oh, he's dead?
He skills him with the chakra. Meanwhile, Chira Jr., they get the toss. 33 plops down on top of the Dragonite to get that kill. So Pure trading his life for the kill on Soxa, probably not worth it. Meanwhile, Tundra do manage to hold their off-lane tower up and kill the Dragonite.
Really awkward situation for them because the Tide had to walk all the way back. Otherwise, you just TP in there and insta-kill that Dragonite. Can't TP out. His own TP was on cooldown. But that kill top was a lot more impactful. Timber getting a solo kill in terms of the XP going his way on that Jug does a lot for noticed game. And that is my guy to look out for in this series. I mean, to me, that is the tipping point. If Noticed has some good games in this series, you can give the edge to Yandex. If he gets shut down, I think their odds go down considerably.
Sure.
So for me, he's the player to look for. I would like to give him the extra kills, the extra good start, if I'm going to pick anybody on this Yandex side.
Not Malady and Watson?
No, because again, I think to me they're the... I don't want to say they're the slow components of the team, but they're the slower components of the team, which means they don't need the best start. Like, Watson will always find farm, he'll always scale into that Giga Carry. If his playmakers are set up well, the game is going to flow a lot better. And I think you need that flow against a team like Tundra, because they make plays.
3 on 3. BZM wants to take the stack, but he's going to be Dragon Tailed immediately by Chira Jr. Going for the tankiest hero with a shield rune is not going to be easy for Yandex.
Pure is getting low.
Almost died again. On the slash was up in just a couple of seconds. Noticed had a good read of that situation, so he did not overcommit for the kill there.
Still have this catapult up mid. Shield rune's running. Get some extra tower damage here. I mean, Pugna will take this tower guaranteed no matter what eventually.
There it is.
Bye.
Don't you miss that? Tiny tossing towers for crazy amounts of damage.
I really missed crash landing. Such a balanced facet on a balanced hero.
Yeah, very good. Very good facet. I can't believe it's still around. If any of the heroes needed their facets removed. Toss up in the air, there goes Soxa. Another invasion by Tundra.
They are just not leaving this area.
They are not. And now Pure's aggression can kind of couple with everybody else's.
Keeping the catapult alive via the healing ward, not vacating the area means they're going to get this top tier 1 for free. And Yandex left wondering what is going on right here.
I cannot believe he stuck around to get Dragon Tailed. Whitemon really went for the suck there. But damage has already been done, I think, economically speaking. I feel like they had a lot of their hard camp taken away. Chira Jr., yeah, I thought maybe he could catch up there. Dragon Tail onto Ari, who terrorizes out. Avalanche toss up in the air. The Witch Doctor will fall. Support for support. Chira Jr., though, he's going to chase after BZM, and he's got some serious backup. Notice wanted to keep going. The rest of the team, not so much.
Can't get the stuns in range. No point chasing there and wasting time.
Too bad he didn't have his Blink Dagger a little bit sooner. Buys it out now.
In theory, not the worst for Yandex, because you have a Slark who's just solo farming bottom untouched, right? In most games where you pick Slark, if this hero is just getting to level 9, 10, 11 untouched, he can sit by his tier 1 down here, continue to farm camps. That's the ideal trajectory for him. It's going to be a fast diffusal. So maybe Watson wanting to pick up the pace with an early fighting item that he can have some impact with.
What do you make of this new Slark ability, by the way?
It's an interesting one. It doesn't seem that strong on paper, but the bigger changes, you know, you got essence shifts shifted to an innate. So you have to take that strength into account when you're considering the new ability.
Yeah.
Don't have a facet, though. That's also kind of awkward.
Yeah,
it's a very hard hero to examine right now. But this could be a nice game for the health restoration reduction. Because there is some healing in this Tundra lineup.
Sure. Yeah, it feels like an ability to me that, as you said, doesn't seem very strong, but is very pointed, right? There are going to be certain games where it is going to be quite strong. Certain matchups, say like Huskar or something.
I don't know, the fact that it has a 4-second cooldown for me, just... Like you're stealing 3 regen and 3 move speed on a 4-second cooldown. I can't get behind it.
Yeah.
I just can't. Like, every 4 seconds, I'm taking 3 move speed. Like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like 4-man smoke. They're going to be walking into a Tidehunter here. Now, 33 is going to lay the trap here. They're going to try and combo the Slurk, and there he goes.
See ya.
What a setup from Tundra. And now, with the Slark dead, a lot of the threat is gone, and they're just going to try and run down extra heroes where they can. Malady, he'll die eventually here, but it's going to take a little while. In fact, he does get the kill on Ari.
Witch Doctor fans delighted with that kill. But that was not the fight Yandex were looking for, and I think it's a fight that could have gone their way. Little executions. If you get that cast Maledict off when the Tiny jumps in, as opposed to him avalanching everybody first and just blowing up the Slark, that's a completely different fight. But that's a very tough position to read because you have that big ramp there. You can't see him.
Yeah.
That terrain change really hurt Yandex there. And the last tier 1 going to fall. Tundra have really been putting the screws into these early objectives.
Yeah, it's simultaneously like easier to invade, but that setup specifically shows that like the defenders have an advantage on that area.
Oh yeah, it's a double cliff essentially into low ground.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe you're just supposed to early pop ult there as Watson and not get too greedy.
Dire's top
Do have Blink available on the Dragon Knight. It does hit nighttime, so this is where the Slark value will pay off. Instantly gets the D-Ward.
A lot of magic damage. Notice, can he survive through all this? Ooh, that was close. Cuts down Ari. Maybe stops some of that magic damage. Could stay alive.
Nice little kill squad for Tundra, but they will lose Whitemon again.
Hard game for Whitemon, I believe.
He's been picked off a couple times. Deep Vision placed here from Yandex. They can go back to, maybe find the Jug later or something.
I also think the Huerta is just going to be always a problem for that hero, right? Pretty long-range disables.
Dire's middle
Very good
tower
matchup.
is under attack.
He also just hit through Decrep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
That was very aggressive. Great Maledict. He's dead.
100%. Oh, wait, maybe not 100%. Can he out-heal him? I think he's out-healing it. Yeah, that Maledict is not going to do enough damage here. Junior will die to the Omni Slash. Whitemon, right place, right time. Keeps BZM alive.
That's going to be a problem for this Witch Doctor lineup. You have 2 sources of really good heal between the Healing Ward and the Pugna to keep heroes alive. You ever get to a pipe later or something?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This lineup really can't build a Spirit Vessel. They have Healing Ward and Pugna heals. It feels like any sort of anti-heal they could get would be really valuable, say like a Shiva's, but Timbersaw wants Pipe and Lotus first.
Well, 33 wants Shiva's first. Just great Shiva's game for him against these 3 cores that all have some regen healing mechanics. And the Slark needs his attack speed, so very interesting item rush for him. I don't think I've ever seen him just go phase Shivas on almost anything.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
He finishes it here, so even if he dies, he bought out. But with the dead shot missing, he is not going to go down easy. You get a lot of stacks off this.
As long as you don't overextend and die, you can hold on to those stacks for a little bit. Smoke 33 up. A little awkward because he's got no mana. Now, a Soul Ring and 4 Magic Wand charges might give him a Ravage, but that's kind of it. Cass goes down, follows him. Dragon Tail stun out on BZM. They're going to try and blow him up here, but they lose the Witch Doctor and they terrorize and throw everybody. Disarray. The entire team fight for Yandex is just gone because of Ahri. Ahri will die for it, though. Notice he's back for his revenge here. Whitemon, he's pulled BZM back up to full HP, but at the cost of his own life. Chira Jr., there goes that avalanche. Trying to slow him down with the Chakrams here, but he managed to get the blink away. Chakram a little bit off the mark. They still have some idea of where he's at, though. Spots him. Oh, Yules dodges the Dragon Tail, but he's kind of stuck underneath his Chakram. It's going to be hard for him to get away, or maybe not. Toss out.
The Shivas.
Here comes 33 back into play here. Omni Slash sticks on to Chira Jr. Notice, still has a chance to get something out of this situation. He's going to try and juke around. He missed the avalanche, and he tries to burst down Pure. Couldn't quite get him, goes to the healing ward. Timber Chain away, gets some distance, but now he's so low, should die to just any hit, and that'll be BZM to collect.
Beautiful play from BZM. Saves that Yules for the one stun they have to try and lock him down and forces the overextension. Tundra, they were running for that fight, and then someone made the call. Why are we running? We have spells. We can go in and take that second half of the engagement. Omni Slash gets put to good use and instant value off that Shiva's guard. Very cool build from 33, instantly proving its worth here. And these fights have just not been easy for Watson. He's getting caught without getting Shadow Dance off. It's just a death sentence for this Slark. Too much control in this game. You get hit by one of these big AoE stuns, you're going to get chained into the other. So you really have to be a little extra careful going into these fights.
I mean, the biggest one is Avalanche. He just can't.
Well, yeah,
Dark Pact.
That one you can't do anything. But that fight, he got terrorized into the Ravage. It wasn't the Tiny.
I just feel like it changes how he can play this entire game.
For sure. You might just need an earlier BKB or something. I mean, Terrorize is also very good against this hero because you can just sit in back and you just wait for him to Dark Pact. And you just chuck it from the tree line.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't really dodge that AoE. It's too big.
Quick little Tormentor for Tundra. Up 6K now.
Radiant are scanning.
Malady gets caught on the other side of the gate there, doing the Tormentor. They will be able to stop that TV.
Bigger kill, perhaps? They're trying to go on 33. He's going to ravage them here. But he's just food for the Slark in these open areas.
He's going to get a lot of stacks. Tundra got to be careful here. The Terrorize, it saves him. Oh, the Chakram cuts him down. I was going to say, you got to be really careful in that situation. Trying to bail out the Tidehunter. Because at that point, the Slark has already gotten so many Essence Ships stacks that it is dangerous to get lured into a fight against him.
You do not want to fight the Slark after he's fed off of the fish here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And that will get him to Aghanim Center. Unless he dies to this gank, which I don't even know what that gank is. A tiny Dark Willow? Probably not.
Gonna do Roche. All right. You have the healing ward, so it's free unless Yandex want to just eat their Dragon Knight in there with his blink, but he doesn't have BKB finished. He's 50 gold short on Chira Jr.
At the same time, there's no Ravage. Like, surely you know about it. Like, you can't just let him have it. Malady gets caught on the ward there. Nice use of the shard, though. Dodged a bit of damage, and will get off at least a cask.
Got to build some stacks.
Clark jumps in, starts building up those stacks. Couple of hits on BZM. Dark Willow chases. Watson may have to blow his ultimate early here. Yeah, he does. And 33 is going to try and block the pounce. He's trying to get over the side, trying to get over the cliff. There's too many blocks, and he can't get the pounce away. A little bit of heal, but now he's stuck. The Omni Slash. It'll finish him off. Watson gets tipped by Pure as Pure kills him. And the other two, Soxa noticed the offlane duo couldn't really get much done here. Looks like they came in through the side, didn't get anybody low enough, and now Notice is in some trouble. Timber Chain away from that damage from the Dark Willow. The final hit with the Avalanche. Combined, the magic damage, even Blood Grenades, not quite enough. The heals are coming in from Malady. Now the dead shot goes through and finishes off one support. The other's quite low. Soxa, he'll die to the crash landing there as Malady comes back into play, turns into that Nether Ward once again. Malady keeping his distance from 33. Chira Jr. needs some help, though. Blink Dagger up. 3, 2, 1. Not enough. A tag from Ari into the avalanche from BZM, and that, I mean, that felt like a team wipe.
It was basically a team wipe. All started with that Slark going down early. Just can't escape from the control that Tundra have. This Jug is just running people down. This Tiny is uncontrolled. BZM got so many combos off in this fight. He is your damage leader with almost 6K. Yet to die in this game. It is a classic Tiny avalanche right here.
It is. Jump in, do a combo, back out. Jump in, do a combo, back out. Just over and over again. You try and turn and kill him. He's so tanky. He's got a Yules to protect himself, to give that extra time, that extra chance to blink away.
And this is not me throwing more shade on the Witch Doctor, okay? But this is the kind of game and the type of team fighting where Witch Doctor can't convert on the kills that he's supposed to give you the extra damage to convert on, because there's no one dealing damage on top of the Maledics.
BZM, hey, got a glimpse of him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's tanky though.
Yeah, Malady is not easy to bring down. 1700 HP, and he hasn't even popped his Greek control. Which, how much is in there? 973.
I keep saving it here. This is going to be one of those games you're going to have to go late. Get the Slark 2 or 3 more items. Because again, who is going in with... Like, I guess you can start a fight with DK stun and try and follow it up with Timber spells or something and then throw out the Maledic, but the positioning on this hero is really tough. The Morita wants to play in the back. Yandex having trouble finishing these big boys off, and they are some big boys. I mean, you have this Tide who is approaching 3k HP with the Shivas. You have the Tiny approaching 3k HP with all of his armor, and then you have this Healing Ward and Pugna Ward behind them all. That's a lot to get through.
I guess I feel like I haven't seen Noticed and Malady go on the same hero, right?
No, we haven't.
Like a Maledict and a Whirling Death
Top tower is under attack.
should have been enough to cut down the Tiny or the Tide in this early game. Maybe it's a little much now.
They have to sync it up better. Currently,
Yeah.
Noticed he's getting hunted.
Trying to work towards a Lotus Orb.
He could eventually go down here. No ability to TP out.
Omni Slash bounces back to the creep wave. Timber Chain gets
There's a
a
Yules.
distance teleported away. Oh, he self-Yules! BCM!
What?
The Zoomer reactions are too fast.
I mean, that was the play that you're thinking about the entire time you're doing that gank, because I'm just going to save Yules to, you know, cancel his TP.
Yeah.
And then you botched it like that. He's got to go back to playing Invoker. This hero's too simple for him.
Radiant structures are
He's used to
fortified.
spamming way more buttons. Couldn't handle the 3 spells on the hero, you know?
Radiant's bottom tower has
Whoopsie.
fallen.
Well, that'll get Lotus Orb for the Timber.
Maybe Craggy exterior himself in real life. Very good innate against Slark, by the way.
Good lord, the pings. Tundra just can't stop pinging. They want something out of this 5-man smoke. Currently Yandex to set up on their high ground. BZM, he's going to jump in, toss back the Timbersaw. Now, the Timbersaw, not the easiest target to go for. Pure, meanwhile, got a lot of damage on both Watson and Soxa, but Soxa, neither one is dead quite yet, and they get up to the high ground. Good use of the Tumbler toy. Notice also gets up there with the cast bouncing around. That cast is going to do a lot, and the Ravage, not so much. It only hits Malady, who doesn't even die yet. He even gets off his shard. Look at all these low health heroes. Now, they're still fighting into the Aegis, so they can't quite commit onto Pure. Terrorize on Watson, and there's that play. Once you have the Dark Pact, there goes the Terrorize. Did manage to jump back into the base, though, this time around. BCM, he charges forward. Chira Jr. getting low. Pure chasing after him with his Manta and his Aegis, feeling confident he will bring down the Dragonite yet again. How has Yandex gotten all these heroes low, and Tundra, the one's full HP?
Oh boy, he dies in a second Shadow Dance. Tundra just running them down with the Gush spam, the heals, keeping this Tide alive. That Tide went to no HP, he ends the fight full. To me, that's been the story of this game. You needed to convert on these kills, and you just can't. Too much healing, too much sustain in the lineup. This Slark couldn't do anything in the fight, man. He just spent all the fights running away instead of hitting heroes and building.
All that jazz, no. You change that to Purification Shard, and this is when we're going to see Carry Omni Knight. Well, we're going to start off things with Yandex perhaps getting first blood, as Pure is still taking some damage from the Battle Hunger. The Repel is only going to do so much here. They do manage to get the first blood before the Shadow Shaman dies. Now Jiro Jr. is going to join in, and they go after Ari. Got him cornered in the side of the map. A second kill for Yandex. First blood, plus a bounty rune deny now. As Malady, I believe his life is also forfeit. As this first blood, second blood, third blood, fourth blood clash comes to a close, 2-2. But Yandex walk away, overall the victors.
Somni pick is very interesting. I don't know where it came from. It's got to be some theory craft for this patch. The one thing I can think of is that this hero, in theory, thrives against an insane amount of debuffs.
Yes.
Because in an ideal world, you go in, you throw your repel on yourself if you're the carry, while you have 10 debuffs on you. And then you just get 60 bonus strength. And you're a machine.
Yeah.
There are a lot of debuffs in this game, right? Multiple Battle Hunger stacking, the Viper goo. That's about it. It's not a crazy amount, but there's some... Maybe there's some idea there, like he's going to be able to get a massive repel in the fight with 4 or 5 debuffs and just become a beast and hammer of purity off some fools here, but I don't know. It doesn't strike me as the carry Omni game. I really don't know where this came from. It's a wild pick. Also, considering the fact that they kind of needed a hero that was going to pick up the physical damage slack, like you had Doom Tiny with 2 spellcasting teamfighters. Strikes me as the place to pick a physical scaling core that can give you Roche and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which Omni doesn't really do. He's more of just another one of these strength bros going in and fight. So Pure is definitely going to cook up something here. We'll have to have a unique item build and make this hero work. But he is a weird hero specialist.
We've seen the Battle Hunger versus the Repel. Not really working out so well because can't get rid of Battle Hunger, and now it's pure damage. So,
not as good as it used to be for sure.
Whitemon takes a whole lot of damage. It looks like he brought himself up. Bunch of reach in. Now Pure is the one who's getting a little bit low. Okay, Whitemon tries to get some interference here, but now Notice is going to be on top of a creep wave right next to Whitemon. Gets one spin, not enough to finish the job, but both Pure and Whitemon are suffering.
Whitemon's just dead, I think. Oh, he got the last 2. Okay.
He did.
Big plays from him. I mean, this is going better than Tomato's lane earlier today.
Got him on the blood grenade. He'll still die.
Still going better than Tomato's lane earlier today, where Notice just completely ran that over. One of his scarier heroes to give a lead to. Tough lane to fight up against, too. Like, the early spells from Shaman, especially with the Shackle buff. You have 100 damage heal Shackle. You have a 125 damage Ether Shock, both on the level 1s. Those are just insane value points. Very strong laner.
Hit him with the chicken fingers.
He's done?
Shackle him up. He get off the repel, but the spin is still there from Notice, so goodbye.
Well, if this pick was supposed to win the lane, it's not doing that.
No.
Yandex could come away with a triple lane victory here if they can manage to squeak out bottom.
Oh, Watson does a lot of damage to 33, but does not get a turnaround kill there.
That's just unfair. He got ice armor.
Yeah, of course he did. 33 just knows how to summon the right neutrals.
It's pretty disgusting for this lane that it has entirely physical damage. Or sorry, pure damage from Penitent's big 50 lane into him. Can't forget about that now.
The magic damage from the Satyr.
That's
burning
true.
them out.
But very good ice armor on the lane. So 33 strikes back, but it is still Yandex farming pretty well. They're winning mid, they're winning top. Until Soxa goes down there. The Omni Knight smiting his foe.
Are you still a Helma Dom believer on Axe? Collapse went that earlier. Yes, he went that yesterday, but it was against a very bad lane. That was the Viper lane he was matched up against. So that made sense to me. I was like, well, you're in a shit matchup. What can you do?
I mean, my idea of Helmadam is that it is, from a theory standpoint, always good. But Dota players are kind of lazy and don't want to put the energy and effort and focus into using a Dom for the entire game. So
Cool. Whitemon gets lured out of the tower AoE to try and help Pure, and Zoxa cuts him down with an Ether Shock.
Shaman's kind of going ham up here.
Radiant's
Yeah, he is.
courier has been killed.
A strong ass lane. You're gonna dive him under the tower. Good luck.
Already rotated back though. Ari.
You're gonna
Damage.
yeah.
Notice his way. Pure. If he can stick on top, remember he's got that innate. So he is ramping up the damage, doing more and more as he stays next to the axe, and will finally burst him down with the purification. Cherry Jr. also kills BZM meanwhile. So this one-sided matchup has really broken down. 2,800 on the Viper, 2,000 on the Tiny.
Surprised he didn't TP out of there. Maybe thought he could survive as we had some server lag, I believe. And
Yeah,
Viper strike up just does him dirty. Some dirty lanes here from Yandex, which is an interesting strat because I feel like, again, we talked about the win rate of Watson against Tundra in general.
Yeah.
Not great. These guys got destroyed in that grand final in Blast. It's a tough stylistic matchup for them because I think they just tend to be a little slow and Tundra out-efficiency them. But if you can win lanes and crush Tundra in that area and just snowball the game, you might be able to alleviate that slowness, not let 33 in this squad dictate the tempo. So I'm kind of for some lane cheese here just to throw Tundra off their game. Could pan out. We also saw some of the power of this Viper earlier in the hands of Team Spirit with Laurel.
Radiant are
Looked
scanning.
pretty strong in those games, so
I mean, we saw it from Ame too.
that one did
yesterday.
not.
It
looked
didn't win
okay.
the game, but it did a lot of work.
For sure. It's an annoying hero right now. Also, maybe one of those heroes that doesn't care as much about the tiny stun. Like if you go in and you get stunned, you can't do anything. Okay, you're a Viper. You're just sitting in the middle of the fight anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, another strike coming through. Amp damage still online. No escape. A lot of pressure on this mid lane, forcing support reaction, but nothing you can really do about it. You don't have kill threat on this Viper. Too beefy with Raindrop, Wand, Fairy Fire, and he's thinking about Boots of Travel first, so
Here comes the Dark Willow to the top lane. 7-minute Wisdom Shrine. Both sides are going to be invading here. Let's see who can hold on to theirs. Who's going to die trying to save their own Wisdom Shrine. 33 gets a little bit too close. He gets caught there. On the other side, Notice is battling it out, also with 3 heroes, but this time around, it's the Viper who's joining him here. So Viper might be able to get some kills off of this one, even as they fail to be able to get the Wisdom Shrine. Oh, maybe it's going to be Chira Jr. who dies instead. A 3-man turnaround. Zoxa tries to hold back Pure, but the Repel is too powerful, and now the Omni is cooking.
Yo,
They take all of them out. They can't handle him.
Too beastly. 5-1 start for the Pure Omni Knight. He is 1,000 gold ahead of the Ursa.
Yeah, look at it. Just skyrocketed his net worth.
He is cooking.
Radiant's top
With
tower
Divinity.
is under attack.
Yeah, notice the level 3 purification. He did not max out the hammer.
It's a bold dive. It's an ice armor duel.
They got him.
I'm surprised
if,
they got that.
if Malady dies for it, it's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
As long as his carry gets out.
He's mega high level, by the way. After that kill, almost level 6 on this Chen. A lot of these supports are very high level in this game because of the kill action on the side lanes. The offlaners are kind of suffering, the carries are doing well, and the supports are thriving out here.
Yeah, Watson was trying to pull for himself.
That's a tough kill. Tough kill to snag there.
Dire's middle tower is under
Well,
attack.
laning phase has definitely broken down.
Radiant's
And
bottom
unfortunately for
tower is under
Yandex, they have
attack.
kind of thrown a bit of their lead that they had.
I thought Sax was going to snowball a lot more off of the early portion of that lane.
I mean, the Viper was also supposed to snowball more, but that Wisdom Shrine fight was unfortunate. Repel turnaround again. This is just destroying Chira Jr. He's supposed to be the biggest, baddest man on the map right now. And yet this maxed out purification is catching him time and time again.
Are scanning.
Pure just having himself a game right here. It's been some time since I feel like we've gotten to say that as well. Maybe finding some of his groove on the new patch, new hero. Kind of his signature style with that off-meta, new meta hipster carry. It's working. He's thinking about Relic here.
Yeah, not going to go for like an Echo Saber build or anything.
First item, Divine Rapier, folks. This is going to be nasty. You hit him with that. Hit him with that hammer. It's going to hurt.
Radiance did get nerfed, right? It's no longer does the AoE miss chance. That's a higher evasion, but it's 5% less on yourself, and you don't get the miss chance for like your allies.
It's just a straight nerf to the item.
Yeah.
Very big nerf. It's not really an aura item anymore. That's a huge deal. Still a fast farming tool, and it gives you that big like damage buff. So on heroes that can use the damage plus the farm speed and don't have anything else to build into, I'm sure it's still a fine item, but definitely just got generally nerfed as all items eventually do. Gets it out as fast as he's looking to here, though. That is going to be pretty damn strong against a Viper and Ursa that have to get the hits in. So incredible timings for him as the action kind of heating up mid. Getting some decent tower damage.
Does kind of feel like Tundra is just poking at him. They hit mid tower, the Viper shows up, they back up. Ari keeps on attacking this Ursa.
They do not want to force the Tiny into the Viper yet.
No.
Yandex really won these tier 1s with the Chen.
Drums trying to make it easy for him, but Whitemon's level 6, so he just macro pyres and they have to back out.
There's the boots of travel for the Viper, though, so they can defend bottom here. They're going to look to do just that. Ari, you are very close.
Going to catch him. No chance at a Shadow Realm. Too much damage there.
Kind of weird he positioned like that. Right against that tree line where TPs can come in, but he wasn't scouting it.
Yeah.
Kind of just a rough position for Ari.
BZM just goes right back to hitting mid while he can.
Will Jakiro help as well? The Hellbear defense. The Hellbears have been slain. No.
Now you gotta watch out. This Shen's hitting hard with the Hellbears dying. Notice is on his way. He is cruising. Boots of travel plus the drums being dropped. They're moving fast, but they're moving right into a brick wall or a stone wall, perhaps, as the Tiny takes down the Viper and Saksa. He'll fall to Ari. Oh, nice toss forward, too. 33. He's not sure if he wants to drop the Doom or not.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Pure lost his courier. Did that have the Radiance on it?
Radiant's middle tower.
He's got his relic, so
maybe it just got delivered.
Yeah.
All right. Very fast relic here, though.
Has fallen.
Almost level 10.
And the toss catches another one.
Yeah.
That's some scary damage, man. Crash landing plus purification plus the Omni Knight just hitting super hard with the hammer.
That is the one thing this Omni Knight gives you. It gives you an early fighter in this game that could lane against that really tough lane top and get out of it. And it's done its job. Now you can kind of run around, skirmish to your heart's delight. You don't have to wait for anything with this lineup. And that's nice when Yandex presented a lot of potential tempo here. Nice to get ahead of that Chen as well. Still having a very good game on Malady. Level 7.5, Drum already online. We could easily be looking at some early Roshans here with Shaman, Chen, Ursa in this Yandex lineup. Whereas that Rosh is always going to be an issue for Tundra. I don't... Like, the Omni Knight can do it, but it's not really what he wants to be doing compared to this Yandex lineup.
Whitemon does not let the ice path go. Saksa maneuvers around the brambles and away to safety he goes. 14-minute shrine. Tundra have this tower sitting in front of them. Completed the Radiance though. So Pura wants to get into a fight. Maybe it's not over the Wisdom Shrine, but it can be over this tower. Third tier 1 tower down by 14 minutes. This is not, I think, what Yandex had in mind when they picked up the Chen Viper. They thought they were going to be the ones bulldozing the early game and taking towers.
Looking a lot like game 1, where Tundra just took all the tier 1s and then out-efficiency'd Yandex across the map. Though Yandex keeping up in farm a lot better this time around. The Axe with the Dom is getting a lot off the map.
What would you
expected?
What do you think of Ame's Mage Slayer builds for Viper this game? Like, isn't it pretty damn value?
Yes.
Even the Omni Knight is spell damage.
Yeah, it's a very good magic resistance game. Might end up going for it at some point. This build doesn't rule it out.
Yeah.
They catch the Chenning. Kind of messed that one up, though.
Yeah.
What was that?
He is so damn fast. Drums plus the cup.
10 to Birmingham. Gotta get there.
That's true. Both teams are going to be there.
Radiant are scanning.
And hopefully we'll see you there.
See ya. That is a massive find on the Ursa. Just gets avalanched into Ice Path, dead. Right as that Battle Fury was starting to go to work in the jungle.
We're going on a little field trip, Jix.
This Omni Knight is 3,000 flat ahead of his counterpart at 15, 16 minutes here. What in God's name?
Mass rotations onto him. Can he get away from this axe?
He's taking no damage.
He is taking very little. They're going to jump on the Terrorize. On 2. Tossed together as well. Dark Willow doesn't get too much Bedlam damage out of this whole situation, though. Ari's going to charge forward and die. And Soxta cuts off Whitemon, who was trying to help him out from the side. Gets him inside the Serpent Trap, but does not kill the Omni Knight as he hits 10,000 net worth.
That would have been the big prize to collect on this map, especially with the kill streak he has, but Yandex will take those supports. It's a nice little injection. Their cores are still in a solid spot. Kind of surprised 33 Doom is in last here. He has the Midas. He has the Devour cooking.
Yeah, just picked up the Midas.
Took
Drums are
well.
just broken or what? Feel like Drums didn't get a change, but I'm seeing drums everywhere.
That's not a man fight you're winning there, son. Drums has always been broken. That's my theory.
Apparently, because again, it didn't get touched. Boots of Bearing got touched, which we saw that build from XXS's Bat Rider. Boots of Bearing first. Very cool.
Smoke just hyper aggressive. He had Centaur stomped him. Smoke.
Bramble caught him. And I was going to say a toss back, but it's not even needed.
They don't. I mean, I don't even want to say the statement, but they apparently don't have an answer for this Omni Knight. Which I can't remember the last time I ever said that.
The Omni Knight carry is just too good.
I guess so, and he's just going to steal Roche from the Ursa. Not the fastest Roche, but he's so farmed. He's making it look easy.
Yeah, what better way to make sure the Ursa doesn't sneak it from underneath your nose? Just force it as a team. It'll be slow, but you'll get there. It denies him the opportunity.
Super big to take this away from the Ursa lineup here. Yandex just not finding a lot around the map. I bet 33 is a lot happier in this game. It's like, finally my carry's carrying. I can just go jungle to my heart's delight.
And he's playing Doom, yeah. I feel like 33 is always happy when he's playing Doom.
It's probably true.
Seeing the experience change, though. Kind of low level.
That was a big nerf to the Midas.
Yeah.
It really was. That was one of the larger components of it, if not the larger component on some heroes that really wanted the extra levels more than the gold.
Yeah, I feel like we're only going to see Midas on Doom, Ogre. any other heroes that have like special mechanics?
Well, apparently Terrorblade, if you go by the...
Well, I don't think we'll see it ever again.
Oh, Pure getting flanked here, but do they want to go on him? He has Aegis.
Aegis for 4 minutes.
Somebody's about to find somebody.
This is not...
What?
Yandex, I don't think this is a fight you want to be a part of, but maybe if they could... Oh, okay, no, that Viper's just dead already. Gonna doom him just in case.
He's tough to bring down, but they just did not want to take that fight. Don't have an item on this axe yet. He went the Dom, but he's trying to get to the pipe, but until then, you're just phase boots axe running around.
The Viper just doesn't have that much HP, but he's supposed to have so much magic resistance. The problem is he loses like half his HP to the pure damage that's coming out from pure. A call, that'll take him down. And maybe Notice can get out of here. Big heal from Malady. That'll help him out. And now the Ursa's joining in, going after Pure. Pure pops a repel though and turns back into the rest of the team. He's getting blocked out by creeps a little bit. Now he's stunned up, shackled. Call goes out on the side here. Well, what are we focusing here? Are we going 33? Well, got the Culling Blade chop onto him, so I guess so.
Oh,
Here goes back in big time though. Ursa gone, and he doesn't stick around to go for more. There are too many of Yandex heroes here with the buyback from Sox that he teleports after brutally murdering Watson.
That burst damage coming out, man. Got hit by the combo, hit by the hammer, sent straight back to base. Technically a one fight for Yandex as they clean up the two other cores. Big prizes to claim, but the Omni Knight goes untouched. His reign of terror continues. He is now 5K ahead. Almost 6K ahead of this counterpart in the Ursa.
Ridiculous.
He just tanked a full duration shackle because of this GA. No one's doing anything. And so you're like, all right, we got to clean up everybody else. At least Notice is making his impact felt here, but that was a hammer from hell.
Yeah, that burst damage is disgusting. Crash landing combined with the 1,000+ pure damage.
I feel like it's the first time we've seen him smiling in months.
He's feeling good.
Straight into the Tormentor. Shard for the Jakiro. And man, these Ursas are really scouting out the map, but that's about it.
Now a Harpoon to make sure they can't get away.
This is wild. This is one of those, you know, I'm going to play Omni Knight in the pubs, and this is my build, and everyone laughs like, yeah, good luck getting there.
Is under attack.
And then you actually make it work. Probably get reported anyway.
I'm not reporting this Omni Knight.
Well, you reported him when he picked Omni Knight. Now you wish you could take the report back, but you can't. It's already locked in the system.
It's okay if you commend him at the end of the game, it balances it out, right?
That's just not true. Quick little smoke, amp damage on the Tiny. Finished up that Harpoon. You have all of your ults available. A good time for Tundra to strike. See if Yandex can dodge this one out. But it looks unlikely as the Vipers get flanked here. Smoke will land.
Toss back the Viper. Another situation where the Viper, like, gets off the nosedive and Viper strikes, so maybe he can get one kill out of this. Ticking. No, Nightmon doesn't die.
The slowest hammer of all time, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, that's the funny part, is that like the attack speed slow is such a big part of this Viper build, but Omni Knight only needs one hit.
He doesn't care about the attack speed slow.
One hit, he'll get a second hit thanks to his Echo Saber Harpoon.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That's all he needs.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Yandex, you better play for the next Roshir, and you better get it. That's going to be your ticket back in this game. I still think they're not as far behind as it looks, just because the entire lead is on this Omni Knight, and Omni Knight is a fickle hero. Could still absolutely just get chunked down by Ursa in this game if you get caught by the Shaman or An axe call. No stuns available there. So Tundra still need to be careful not to throw this lead, because they probably feel like they're a lot farther ahead than they actually are. Sometimes that gets you in trouble. Once the Omni has BKB, I think his teamfight presence is a lot more reliable. Until then, still susceptible to getting jumped, burst down. You have the blink on the axe now. You have that pipe. Viper's very tanky. You have blink on Shaman too, so you have that jump chain stun potential to look for something here into the next Roche spawn. As 5-man smoke from Tundra, they wanna get something going here. Looking for that Ursa.
Radiant are scanning.
Creep went past them with the Degen aura, but I don't know if he
Yeah,
saw
it does
it.
not seem like it was communicated. As Chira Jr. does get found, desperate TP away, will not make it.
It's one of those little things, maybe you see it if you're really paying attention scouting, but it was very quick there. Or not Degen, it was some other aura procced on him.
Early gem pickup. Whitemon feeling like if they're going to run the map, they want to make sure that they are doing it while Yandex is blind. BKB for the Ursa, though. The timing for contesting this Roshan. Second Rosh of the game with a fresh BKB. This is Yandex's move. Jumps right into the Tiny. Overlapping the disables a bit. Not great. BCM hasn't died yet. Now they're going after the Doom. These heroes are so hard to kill. And now the Omni Knight is protecting them. 33, he's still alive. Another great call, but the Terrorize counters some of it. The Doom goes out anyway. So 33, he finally falls, but he spitefully gets the Doom out. Onto Watson, who can't keep pressing forward. So that means the Omni Knight will survive yet again.
It's a one fight for Yandex, though. They survived the Doom. They take down some of these big cores. Remember, they made that play with the Viper respawning, botting into the Chen creep. So they didn't have him at the start of that. It's what made it really awkward there. But a great fight for them. And Pure not confident enough to go back in and try and harpoon that bear. You have this giant lead on the Omni, but you're going to have to translate it into carrying this game. That's a lot more difficult.
Yeah, what do you go from here that keeps the Omni Knight like the same level of relevant that he is now?
Abyssal Bloodthorn Nullifier type setup, or you just heighten that single target DPS and control. He's thinking Butterfly.
Yeah, break apart the Radiance.
I don't know about that though. Like, what does Butterfly do on this hero?
I mean, surely it's Nullifier then Butterfly, right? He breaks apart the Radiance for it. Yandex smoke pops, and the call finds Whitemon. BZM tries to punish, immediately going to be hexed up by Soxa. Soxa jump by Pure, and Soxa is the one to die. Chira Jr. nosedives into the Macropire here, feeling like they can still fight this. And they would kind of be right. Tundra have kited them out a bit. They've used up their Guardian Angel, though, so it's dangerous to keep chasing. Terrorize? No, the call! It catches before the Terrorize can go out. Once again, notice quick with it, but a toss back, and the Terrorize still goes through, hitting 2. And the Ursa hasn't finished up Ari just yet. He's made his big jump, and now he's being kited around. The Viper's trying to help him out. Pure almost dies, gets the call, the calling blade. Wait, how is he still alive? He finally falls. Notice is going to look for another. They'll run down BCM as well. Pure's godlike streak. 1,700 gold to Yandex.
Sick jumps from Noticed. Salvaging these team fights. On point with when he goes in and who he's going on. Finally brings down that Omni Knight. A huge burst of gold coming off of that streak. All into the axe. 1,000 for him.
Did Pure just have so much strength from his repel that the Culling Blade didn't kill him?
He wasn't below the threshold.
That's crazy. He looks so low.
He almost got a purification too. Might have won him this fight. very close in the end. The Ursa's entire enrage gets kited out here, and I thought at this point the fight's done, but
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Watson got a lot of damage off. Yeah, he's above the threshold.
Yeah, it's such a small bit of HP, but he had so much overall.
And he almost survived, killed the Axe, so even after all that, it's a very close fight, but Yandex pull it out. That's a huge victory for them, because if they can get Roche off of this, this game is in their hands. I mean,
they are favored for it, but Tundra is going to run it back to defend.
Feels like Pure had his moment.
BCM searching, not finding anything. They throw out the Macropire Ice Path inside the pit. Shivas goes out, nobody's home. They've just blown a whole lot for Yandex to go back into the pit at their leisure. I guess it's going to swap over. That's why Tundra was so desperate to stop anything there, because they figured Yandex was going to try and do it before it switched over.
Better for Tundra if it swaps, though.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks that Yandex weren't able to win that fight hard enough that they can just do the Roche on their side. I have to watch it go bottom here. You can still just man up for it. Oh, they're going to take the route where they fight first. Hard to go blind.
Breaks on the low ground. Forced staff him forward. Got hit by the avalanche. Soxa follows it up instead. Catches Whitemon, and Whitemon almost bursted and Yule save. Notice gets 33 though. Man, Notice is so good at catching all these heroes. BKB committed. They want to blow up 33, not let him get off the Doom, and they do have him. Attempted toss away from BZM, but he throws a corpse.
Tundra in trouble right here. Is Omni-Knight not pulling his weight anymore?
No, he's not.
And they don't have a lot to stand their ground against the Ursa onslaught. It was a rough game for Watson, but ultimately, it's a damn good Ursa game. Especially with all the buffs and control he has behind him and two other cores that can go in first to give him vision for these jumps. So Ursa is going to deal with damage. He's going to deal it more consistently than the Omni. He's just going to start tearing people apart. And that is the Aegis that they needed to blow this game open.
And if the Omni-Knight scale isn't going to keep going, who's going to take up that mantle for Tundra?
It has to be the Doom.
Yeah, it has to be 33, and he is the lowest net worth core.
It's not that easy of a Doom game either. I mean, Ursa Viper cores, you don't really want to Doom the Axe here. There's a Glimmer Cape Chen in the lineup. There's the Hex Initiation that Yandex can always start fights on. There's a lot that Tundra have to deal with. They're going to have to go really late here. Just make this game ultra chaotic.
Ari keeping tabs on Yandex. They follow him through the gate. It's a fight for Tormentor.
Get scanned.
BCM got the toss back onto the Viper. They try. Notice he gets the call in return. So they may have gotten off the Doom, but an interception, it lets the Viper live a little bit longer. They're still trying to track him down, though, while Watson has free reign to go whoever he wants to. He's going after BZM right now. Soxa, really good catch. He locked the Omni-Knight inside of the wards. Pierce doing nothing during his BKB, but Ursa's still going to die with that Aegis. Here comes Shira Jr., and the Omni-Knight has been kited to entirety. He gets to play none of this team fight.
Beautiful stuff from the Yandex supports. They salvage that fight. A Viper buyback secures it. And this game is starting to look very difficult for Tundra. There's too much kiting in this lineup, too much sustain, and you don't have enough damage sources. It took them so long to kill this Viper with the Doom on top of him.
Yeah. And noticed again, like just such sick calls.
Yep, he disjoints these fights every time. It just buys such a large window. I mean, you're committing on this Viper the entire time. They do kite out Watson pretty effectively as well, but he has Aegis here. So you're fighting into 2 lives on the Ursa, and you're fighting into the buyback on the Viper. That does swing this fight considerably. So maybe it didn't look as bad as it does in the end for Tundra. You know, they brought down 2 of the 3 cores, but unfortunately they both have a second life. But that's going to be the issue, is if you give up those Roches, if you give up Aegis with a Doom lineup, there's not much 33 can do to win the ultra long fight there other than push towards a refresher and have 2 Dooms of his own.
I mean, also, aren't you supposed to eventually get Nullifier?
Yes. I think both
through
teams.
this Guardian Angel, why are we not seeing it being built?
Both teams want a Nullifier in this game. I think Watson will get nullified.
Oh, he's queued it up now. Yeah, he had an Axe queued up
I mean, no one else is going to build it here, right?
a minute ago, and I was just like, surely.
No, both teams want nullifiers in this game, but none of their heroes naturally build them super early here. This item also got nerfed a bit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has
Feels like Tundra are going to have to pull out some crazy team fighting to swing this game back their direction. You know, you're going to have to go in, get a volley of spells out, kite this fight, get another volley, kite the fight. You're going to have to find supports early. I think you have to find this Shaman Shen. At least one of them early on in the fight. They're just going to do way too much work if you're trying to bulldoze through these tanky cores. Could still see Tundra win as this game goes later if they can make the fight super chaotic. You can kite it out. You get Wind Waker, you know, Conda on the Tiny, Refresher on the Doom. There's still a lot that can be built up here to make the late game difficult for the Ursa, and then it'll force Yandex to a point where is your Tricore strong enough to scale if the Ursa's getting doomed or double doomed?
Yeah.
Mages, stuff like this can make the game really weird. But right now it is Yandex favored.
We have seen how this Viper does reach a cap at some point in time. I mean, it scaled better than I expected it to, but ultimately with that Ame game, right, we saw the upper limits of it.
The Viper can suffer also when you don't have to focus him. Again, if Tundra can find supports in the Ursa initially, the Viper's not doing the most DPS as a pure damage dealer. That is a route you can go as well. That Omni Knight lead almost gone here. Hasn't gotten an item in a very long time.
He's still trying to do the switch over here. Nullifier plus Butterfly. Maybe that'll breathe some new life into this hero. Kinda doubt it, but
you know all those Omni Knight boys out there who are repping, you know, the first 20 minutes of this game, they're going, I told you so. I knew this hero was broken. Where are they now? Austin. In shambles. Witnessing the downfall of their once great hero as he attempts to carry this game. Did get the Butterfly Nullifier disassemble going. So Pure will pick up 2 new items as the Radiance goes away. And we also got Conda for the Tiny. So his damage goes up considerably.
and Break's always valuable against the Viper.
For sure. Just kind of missing that refresher on the Doom, and then I'd say you have some windows to win these fights again. Pinging the Omni Knight up top, but Pierre's gonna get out of there. There's almost not a purpose for either team making a real aggressive move here until that Roche is up. Like that's what's going to decide this game. Can you get Aegises on the Ursa versus if you're Tundra, can you take it away? Because that Aegis is the only way you're really going high ground in this game, unless you just team wipe Yandex.
Yandex smokes through the gate, and they'll catch Whitemon. See how good they feel about using a smoke for a kill on Whitemon.
I just
as you said, when Roshan isn't up yet, so it's not
disagree.
like they're take an objective.
Disagree with the timing on that play.
The Viper got the BKB off and will be okay here. That's why he's been playing the mid lane. Watson and Notice got here pretty quickly. They'll catch Ari off. No, BCM, nice toss back. Level 20, no toss direction, but it's not enough to save Ari. Eul Scepter goes off, stalling up the Ursa, but now the nosediving Viper catches up, and Notice is there as BCM blinks forward. Notice is on the other side. He gets the call for another kill. Yandex, they are bleeding out Tundra now.
Trying to get everybody out of there, but you cannot kite this lineup. Just not a fight Pure wanted to go to.
can't believe BZM went in for Ari. I mean, that
was saving Private Ari right there, but it goes horribly wrong. This is not a lineup you want to jump back into. Turning into a Chen game right here. Seen this one before. That 4th or 5th aura behind these tanky heroes. Where is the damage? This is just turning into a damage test for Tundra.
yeah, it is.
Do have a refresher on the Doom. That's something.
Chira Jr.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
needs that tower to fall 1
Dire's top
second
tower has
faster. For staffing the creep forward.
He got it. Still have to play for that Roche, though. It's a fast spawn. Tundra already down here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Will be a bottom pit spawn for them. Pretty nice. If you can commit buybacks to the outpost and just try and win it through numbers, that is a route they could potentially go.
My thrift reward.
You can always work towards that big Omni Knight 25 talent as well.
We don't have too many buybacks. Omni Knight, call into the Viper Strike. Gets off the rappel, walks it off, not a big deal.
Yeah, not the target that Yandex will ever want to full commit on, but you can poke him for a rappel and then re-engage, as that cooldown, 35 seconds. It's not the shortest cooldown versus that axe call.
And a full-out Crimson Guard for the Chen. As you said, damage test time. I'm a little bit surprised that he opted for Crimson Guard over the Holy Locket. Now the Holy Locket has a bigger burst heal, plus it gets that 10% spell or heal amp, which you could combo with the Chen ult as well.
Crimson's just broken. I don't know. You gotta buy it.
I mean, I don't disagree with that.
This is the smoke of the game for Tundra.
I don't know if it's that effective of a Crimson Guard game, but
No.
it is a broken item, so. Tundra getting into the position, got onto the high ground here.
Shiva's aura on the creep. Again, if you're looking at these creeps, it scouts out that smoke. Didn't see it, though.
Toss back on the Chen. A decent kill, but it would have been so much sweeter to find the Viper.
Only got gem out of that.
That's true.
This opens the Roche. I'd be really surprised if Tundra don't threaten to do it here.
Dire are scanning.
And Pierre's showing, so the Yandex, they don't have any fear that Roche is being taken right now.
Swift blink for him. This Omni Knight did get to a lot more attack speed here in the last 5 or so minutes. With
He
Butterfly plus the Swift blink. Almost level 25 as well. He 16 XP off from that Wisdom Shrine. He'll get it here. It's a big talent for him. Assuming he takes the hammer here.
Yeah, there it goes.
So huge damage upgrade, huge attack speed upgrade. Maybe this Omni Knight can carry this game. Am I crazy?
Noticed, he gets jumped first.
Look at him go.
Wait,
He's just casually sitting there.
yeah, what's happening? Yandex are just kind of getting picked apart while it's Roshan time, guys.
I don't really understand that sequence. I think you're doing one of two things in this period as Yandex. You were either buying Chen and going to the pit, or if you're not buying Chen to contest, you're nowhere near that pit. Instead, they did neither. Lose an axe. Now the Chen's back. Now they want to contest.
This is going to be scary, man. Trying to fight without Notice. Notice has been crucial to help Watson get kills. Aurora goes off late to Roshan spawn. This is really awkward. The ward goes in, and they're right inside the pit. Roshan's about to die, and Watson takes it away. Tundra. They thought they had it, but at the last second, Roshan roars, and they can't kill Roshan fast enough as a result, and Yandex get right in there. Blow up all these heroes. They had the damage amp on them. I mean, Pure just died in an instant.
He got disarmed into the Hex Bash from Ursa, dead in 3 seconds flat. He was already a little low off trying to do the Roche. No lifesteal in this lineup. They needed a Vlad's or something.
Look how low Roshan is when it roars.
Perfect jump from Yandex. Shaman in, Hex Ursa, my job's done. Good luck, team. Soxa with the big find, Watson with the big jump. That could be the game off that play. I mean,
yeah, that was such a spooky fight for both sides. And now an Abyssal Blade for Watson with an MKB in his backpack, ready to fill that Aegis slot when the time comes.
It's got a refresher shard too.
They
Cheese
pop
on the
the glyph.
Viper.
In turn, the banner is dropped. Now, they are going to be inside of Tundra's base against the Tiny. It's always kind of scary with the toss back. And as a result, they will not go for a second lane. Axe Macro Pyre, too.
Giving a lot of respect there. They're not missing anything right now. Drop snakes on a tier 2.
Double Midas, double Devour.
Bottom tower has fallen.
It's good stuff right there.
Notice that he did go the neutral creep facet, so he hasn't gotten rid of that Hand of Midas since he built it. Not able to play with that efficiency.
Definitely going high ground with this Aegis. To somehow bring this Ursa down twice. Limited buybacks available as well. If you're Tundra, you only have the Doom and Tiny.
Yeah, what's the play here for Tundra? How do they
Toss
bait
back.
this out?
Tossbacks.
Oh, wait, but if
No
BCN
chance.
gets jumped first, it's going to be really bad. They couldn't get the
that
hold
Ice
up
Path.
because the Ice Path and a beautiful Macro Pyre on top of that. Force Staff gets noticed the other side. Pure, not sure who's he chasing. Battle Hunger slows him down. He goes back to Watson here. Watson building up the damage. For now, the Guardian Angel protects him, but the Omni Knight has to be careful. A couple of swipes from that bear with all those the Fury Swipes built up on him.
Great
Junior
toss
gets
back.
tossed back even further. A Nosedive trying to get away. They have the Doom out onto the Viper, while Watson is low enough that he should just die to AoE damage, and he does indeed fall.
Can refresh
First life
Doom the
gone,
bear.
second life coming up.
Opts not to here.
And the damage, insignificant to the Viper.
Dire's bottom barracks are
And Doom
don't
wears
care.
off with really nothing done to him. Another toss back on him. Nullifier placed out. And a second Doom goes out. Now trying to commit. Now trying to blow up the Viper while still keeping their distance away from this Ursa, who's rooted up right now. Runs into another Brambles. Now he's going to put into Yules. Follow up. No Ice Path or anything. So Watson will be able to hop on out of there. A second lane, but simultaneously a dieback on the Viper.
Doomed him twice, and they bought the Tiny. They lose the racks anyway. At least you got your tossbacks in your base. That is something you can play for here. And it was some sick spell casting from Whitemon that set that whole thing up with the Ice Path Ags macro on that tree line. They almost just killed that Axe straight up. That was a nasty amount of damage. Notice did not expect it. Nonetheless, Yandex, they are not letting up here. Found an amp damage for Watson. Has that refresher shard to back up the BKB here. So he still has a lot of survivability to play with if you want to keep the fight going. And you know, no Dooms available right now. That's the big ticket. Yeah, you don't have Viper, but they don't have their most important spell.
That's why Tundra are willing to have a poke here outside the base. Lotus Orb quickly removes the Bramble. Tundra opts not to pursue. AC now for the Chen.
He's a big boy.
Gracious me.
He is a big boy. He's going to start doing some damage of his own here. If you ignore this guy.
Yeah. Are you willing to go after the Axe? 33, they're searching for something else. Shivas goes down, trying to clear out some of these heroes. They toss into the creep wave, and Notice gets a call onto 33. Not really what they're looking for. Oh, Watson, Soxa jumped the back line. They killed Pure.
Does that buy?
Terrorize? No, not going to go out. Not yet. Waiting for Pure to make his entrance. The Terrorize now goes out and only really hit Notice there. Going after the Ursa Bear. Pure with his Guardian Angel. He's got this limited window. Can they bring down Watson fast enough before the Guardian Angel expires? They do. There goes the Ursa, and there goes most of the threat. Pure is now going to start marching down some heroes. They're kiting away the Viper as much as they can. Wanted to kill Notice with the Doom, and Pure, he'll be able to finish him off. Meanwhile, Whitemon, he's going to die to Chiro Jr. Can they deal with the Viper? Buybacks going out. 2 buybacks, 3 buybacks. This is Yandex looking to end the game here and now. They're going to help Chiro Jr. He will not be left alone.
5,000 HP on that Viper when he gets buffed up. Not something you want to mess with here with the Granite Golem behind him.
And all of a sudden, the game is in a way dead even. Buybacks used by almost every single hero. We're left in one final 5 versus 5.
If Yandex get wiped here, they are going to very much question the
Got the
decisions
call
they
into the
made.
Dark Willow, trying to ensure that Ahri, the one hero who does have buyback, he's going to fall here. Pure jumping in. Bit of damage on Chiro Jr. Gets about a quarter of his health through his combo. But he needs to play, reset, slow it down. Make sure that Chiro Jr. can't get away. Gets the call onto 33. Follow up there with the shackles. And he jump in. Chiro Jr. goes for the nosedive, hitting a bunch of the backline heroes, while Watson finally commits to go after 33. And underneath the macro pyre, might just be able to get him terrorized. Galling Blade brings him down, but it's 1 for 1. 4 versus 4 now, as the Viper and Doom have fallen on either side. Saksa goes for it, Yule Scepter, and remove the shackles, but the damage is done. Watson takes out another. That's going to be only 3 left on the Tundra side versus the 4 of Yandex. Now a pull back in. Pure going for the kill on Saksa, but Saksa has a full-out BKB, turns around shackles, but the BKB of Pure keeps him at some distance. Notice, he'll follow up that shackle with the 2-man call, and Watson held back for now, but he's coming. He's coming for Pure. He's coming for that triple kill, and he's coming for the Ultra to close out game 2.
What a final fight to this game. Yandex, they hold on. They weather the early game storm, push into the mid games, make some sick plays on those Roshans. And ultimately, that is what closes this one out. Too many lives.
Gotten us a game 3 in the series between Tundra and Yandex. And we're going to see yet another bit of off-meta pick. The Tinkerator.
The Tinker makes an appearance. The Skirmishing returns.
Notice is going to be the one focused down, and that will be 33 walking away with first blood. And it doesn't feel like Yandex have done enough damage anywhere. Okay, maybe BZM. They're going to try and chase down BZM with the poison ramping up. Does he take out? Not quite. Meanwhile, Sox is going to die as well. Sure, they run down Whitemon, but this is a 2 for 1. They failed to get their mark, which was the Tinker. Maybe they can kill 33, though.
I'd almost rather die. What's he going to do?
Yeah, at this point. Kill me. I don't want to live. He does want to live. He pops his stick. He wants to stay alive.
He got healed. He's like, no, let me die. This is a fate worse than death.
Well, at the same time, he is going to a lane where the troll has no mana.
That's true.
So.
But troll no need mana. Troll just dumb troll.
Truth. I have a theory that any hero that builds Conda or E-Blade naturally is going to be good for the patch.
Okay. It's a good theory.
And this is looking like a pretty sick Conda game for Tinker.
I have another theory.
Okay. Does that have to do with Dota?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 2 theories, actually.
Oh.
2 conflicting theories.
Okay.
Theory 1, I see 33 Tide. I don't bet against 33 Tide.
Okay. 33 Tide is the new 33 Doom.
No, I mean, he won TI on Wraithpack Tide. Like, this has been his hero forever.
Okay.
Doom is the new 33 Tide. Don't get it mixed up. But
okay.
My other conflicting theories, I don't really like the Tundra cores together. You're getting shackled up top. He is.
Ooh! The buildup of damage on both sides, and the final Quill takes down Pure.
Overextension into the Quill stacks here. Not having a fun time early. I don't like Tundra's cores together. I'll repeat it in case you didn't hear me the first time. I just don't see the synergy.
Tinker Tide seems fine. What's wrong with that?
I think 2 out of the 3 have synergy with each other if you put them in random pairs, but all 3 together don't. I think, for me, the big concern is the farm that some of these heroes require, and at what point are they going to strike together? Ursa's a hero that wants to have a good laning stage into the Battle Fury, blink, progress through the Roshans, be the first one in the fight. Tide can build auras and help that. But is Tinker playing around super early Roshans to the Ursa? I don't really see it. I think both the Ursa and the Tinker want to be the end-all be-all carry in a given game. And they're on the same team, so like who gets the priority when it comes to that? You know, who's playing for the other one in the fight, or is that all on the Tide to go in and be the utility hero? I think it's just awkward.
My gut says Tinker is always the win condition.
That's what I think.
Therefore, you always give him the stacks and whatever.
But I guess that's my question. Like, is this an Ursa lineup or is this the Tinker lineup? Somebody has to take the back seat in the band, and neither one might want to when it comes down to it. So I like Yandex's lineup a bit better in terms of how it takes a team fight, how the heroes play off of each other. And they got that Soxa Shaman again, which was a huge factor in that game too. Don't underrate his Shaman. He's one of the OG Shadow Shaman players. In fact, going back to even those early DC squads where he played with Misery and stuff, he would play Shaman on those squads. He would play Coddle a lot as well. He had some... Rubik was in there. He had a lot of these like lane shove ranged 5s he would play as Misery took the 4 on that team that he later kept on in kind of his 4 pool as some of the hero pools changed over the history of Dota. And this is one he's just had in his pocket forever. I think it's one of his better heroes. Just not so often that Shaman is a great hero in the patch, but hey, maybe he's back.
And he's loving the chicken fingers.
Who doesn't?
Worked out really well against that Omni Knight. Got the Serpent Ward surround. Much better than the Giga Ward.
Sadly, probably true.
We're also seeing the impact of Facets in the Tinker versus Viper matchup. Free Dispel, thanks to Translocator.
Not bad.
Puts it on himself. Not only does he get a jump away from the Viper, which is sick in itself, but it also dispels.
Doesn't win you the lane though. Like I don't really know who wins lane against Viper unless you just out-cheese him. Maybe Sniper, or I think SF used to maybe do kind of okay. I'm not even 100% sure of that now with how beast his hero is in terms of their assistances and everything. So if you can survive the lane against Viper and then have a good matchup in the game, that's kind of what you're hoping for. Very even laning phase across the board. Yandex is pulling out ahead in all 3 by a very slight margin with some of the kills top, but of course Tundra, they don't really care about smashing the lanes. They just kind of want to get through them, have everybody in a good spot, get the stacks up.
Ooh, he got the ward right before it either got BZM denied or ticked out.
We'll have Viper Strike available here if you want to go for that cheesy level 6 Viper all-in kill. They're looking for it. Everybody swarming around mid. Yeah, Tinker hunting territory right here.
It really is. And Ari's going to run headlong into Malady.
Somebody's going to die here. I don't know who, but...
I bet nobody dies.
You would bet that just to spite me, but you're going to be wrong, Austin.
Oh, he doesn't have Shadow Realm. He has a Fairy Fire. Shadow Realm up in a second here. He gets out, Translocate, gets the Tinker some distance, but he doesn't have a TP away, and Chira Jr. should be able to run him down. The slows adding up, the Blood Grenade. Okay, it doesn't reach, but they still get the final hit from Chira Jr.
I told you someone's going to die.
Notice, does he? Oh! 10 HP. Pura almost got bursted again by the Quills. This matchup is so funny. It's going back and forth. Ari still going to die to Malady, perhaps, or the poison. Either way, Chira Jr.'s walking away pretty happy. A killing spree for him. They shut down the Tinker in the early game.
Too many heroes that need help in this lane stage for Tundra supports. They're just all over the place, and one of them's a Warlock, which is just terrible at bailing out some of these dives. Just wants to stay top, heal his carry, do pulls. Pure struggling to not die against the Bristle. The Tinker is really struggling against the ganks in the Viper matchup. We'll get the Wisdom Shrine, but 33 takes it here, so One of your supports is very sad right now. Tundra.
Which one is?
To both of them. It was a trick question. Try and keep up also.
Isn't the whole point of a trick question is that they're not supposed to keep up?
Nope, that was a trick statement. Try and keep up again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See where the road takes us.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh,
Here's going to get a lot of
Okay.
quills, but this time not enough to threaten him. He kills noticed.
well, Pure's been playing a lot better in this series than some of the previous ones.
Yes.
That's a good sign for Tundra. I would also say if they have any traditional right-click carry in that game too, they win that.
Yeah.
Though that game might look different. So it's kind of hard to argue that point because a traditional carry might have got slapped by the axe a lot harder than the Omni Knight did, but
Yeah, the only reason they clawed back the laning phase was because of Pure's early moves on the Omni Knight. Otherwise, that Viper probably runs away with the game, similar to what he might do here.
as Viper has been a beast. No good answer for it in the early game if you're Tundra. You have answers to him later. You can get the Scale and the Tinker and the Ursa going. But for right now, Chira Jr. is a god, and that is a very fast boost to travel. It got delayed in that previous game. It's kind of slowed his whole momentum down, but here it's going to be up very quick, which means with the freedom of this tier 1 going down, he can invade and look for the Tinker in the jungle. He can bots to side lane ganks, which, keep in mind, he can just bots in, break the tide. Easy kill on 33. There's a lot of kill threat on the tide. There's a decent amount of kill threat on the Ursa, or at least force him to TP out of lane. You can also just keep looking for the Tinker. This Viper rules the map right now, which means Tundra have to respond. And there's the TP bottom. 33 looking for the wave pull, but that's just a boss target.
Oh, he ravaged too. Ouch. Meanwhile, Pure outnumbered.
Tower is under attack.
So he has to back off. Tundra rotate in. They don't get anything for this. This is going to be them kind of losing on both the side lanes. They're still going to fight Pure. Sets up on instant Hex from Stockstuff, but the golem drop on him does him no favors. He gets a really long Shackles. Notice is trying to stack up some quills, but BZM is there to defend his boys. Just
Very
the kill
fast golem.
on the Shadow Shot.
Whitemon popping that Grimoire, out-leveling all the other supports in this game. Kind of catching Yandex off guard there, who still have 2 level 4 supports. Just not finding a lot of XP here. That is not a fight you're going to take into the golem. He's got the Legion shield too. Look at that.
OP neutral item.
Get a little barrier to his golem. Boom. Useless. Oh, watch out. That's a good inside meme.
Mind blast.
That's a good inside meme at this point.
It really is. Chira Jr. He shows up to lane with an amp damage.
Okay.
I can't believe he backed away from Pure there. Still got him on the ice pass, so they might catch up. Nah, he hops out.
What was he afraid of?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Who's going to come in? Tide's not going to that fight. He TP'd out. He's still pulling waves. Tinker's not going to this fight.
Given too much respect to the Ursa Bear.
Tinker kind of soft threatening now, but he doesn't want to go to this tower defense. He wants to keep farming jungle right now as he's recovering off that laning phase. And that Tinker Immortal is annoying.
Yeah, it really annoying. I don't know why they put a sound effect on the ability he spams the most.
But you know what? I'll take it.
Why?
I will take it because this DreamLeague has had some of the most annoying songs I've ever had to endure. As long as it's anything but the goddamn Rome song, I'll take it. The second Valve ports that. No, don't play it. Don't play it. The second Valve ports that into this game, it's over, dude. It's over. Imagine that was the Tinker Immortal.
Every single time. Oh,
that's
God.
one way to alienate your player base right there.
Move over to League of Legends, man.
That's why. That's the thing about League. You know, League doesn't have the balls to do something like that.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe for good reason. We'll find out.
Are scanning.
Tundra, looking for the 12-minute power rune. They get an illusion. Pretty useless here. game kind of slowed down. Everybody farming, looking for their
Dire's bottom
first big
tower
item,
is under attack.
which has to favor Tundra because they got the Tinker. And the Tinker will out-farm everybody in this game if left alone.
Yeah, they don't really have the heroes to jump on him and hunt him down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like, at what point, like, Viper can go a Blink Dagger, but he has no stun. Troll can go a Blink Dagger, but you're kind of asking your carry to run around hunting a Tinker.
You can go the Ags build too.
And Saksa can catch him, but you don't have the best follow.
It falls on the Shaman to find him. It's a very good Tinker pick. It'll put a lot of scaling pressure on Yandex.
A broken bear.
Not that broken. You walked that one off. We can see Tundra just continuing to play their supports top because they have no playmakers in this game. Tide jungles, Tinker jungles. So where are you going to go with this Dark Willow Warlock? Well, you sit behind the Ursa or you maybe try and make a play with the Golem. It is available right now.
So what you're telling me is we're going to have an exceptionally slow game on
Yes.
our hands.
Tundra don't have any heroes to make moves, and Yandex
Radiant are scanning.
don't really have a hero to make moves on.
Malady trying to hold this tower. Get off the
Got him.
Macropyre. Yeah!
This is about all you can do is just make, a couple moves with your support ults, clear out some heroes, take a tower, get some more farm for the Tinker. That's kind of the name of the game. Eventually force the Rosh on, and that'll be a big fight for both teams because both teams can Rosh very easily in this game. Neither wants to give it up between the Troll and the Ursa, who both want it for their game progression. Just gotta keep scaling here. If you're Yandex, try and push towards the Troll Ags. Very good Troll Ags game. A lot to dispel here. A lot to dispel. Holy moly.
Get rid of the shield of the Tinker, the heals.
I mean, the supports too, right? Dark Willow spells, bonds.
Yeah.
And all that
Self-dispel and
more stuff,
offensive
yeah.
dispels are both great in this game.
Really good Troll Ags.
Dire are scanning.
Burst item Lotus for noticed. They'll go back for the pipe after that.
Dispel's in the name of the game here. Survivability for Yandex. You will absolutely need a pipe in this game, but it's just about surviving the damage from the Tinker and the Ursa. If you can do that, you can win the fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can you
Eventually
actually
catch.
survive? Can you actually outlast Tinker when it comes to damage?
Yeah. I mean, you're not just outlasting him forever, right? You're outlasting him so that the Shaman can find him. It's kind of your goal.
Rainbow Teepees behind Watson. They're going for 33 with the break on him. See if he wants to Ravage. Yeah, he doesn't even get a chance to. Break just lasts far too long.
He is going to start to fall behind in this game.
Yep.
Because as much as 33 likes to farm efficiently, he doesn't have the priority on a lot of these camps. They're going to the Tinker.
Radiant's courier has
So
been
he's having to look aggressively for wave pulls, enemy jungle, whatever it is. That's why he gets caught there. His Tide's going to start to fall behind in net worth, which is not something we see a lot for him as a player. And he's got the 2 hyper carries, right? He has an Ursa Tinker. This is where I said the 3 cores fitting together. There's a lot of little awkward things for it. It's straight into the Rosh with the wards and the goo. Yandex beating Tundra to the punch. This is not an objective they want to give up when they have access to Ravage, Terrorize, Golem. Really good heroes at fighting around the pit. Give this up without a fight, you're going to feel real bad. Ari just walking into it.
He gets hexed though. No Terrorize. Could have been a cool moment, but instead, a death alongside Roshan.
Very good call from Yandex, beating Tundra to that
Radiant's
objective.
middle tower is under attack.
An important one to claim. They give it to the Viper, which I like. Don't give it to that troll who's not going to enter the fight anyway. That's an Ags Viper with Aegis at 17 minutes here. Very strong. See if Tundra want to get their Tinker involved yet? No.
I mean, not on a Lotus Bristleback. By the way, did you see our Tinker?
Let's
Kept the
face
weighted
it.
dice for tier 2.
That cannot be correct.
I mean, maybe he just had really trash active options. Maybe it wasn't like, I think this is good. Maybe it's, well, crap. I got Defiant Shell, Poor Man Shield, and I
Radiant
don't know
are
what
scanning.
else.
Actually, I can kind of see it. There are definitely some roles where they're all pretty useless for him. The thing is, this item only gives you about 100 GPM for each phase. Or like 100 gold total for each phase.
33, they got baited. They went for him with the break, but immediately he got off the Ravage into the Golem. And despite the net worth advantage, despite the Aegis advantage, Yandex are going to lose at least the first part of this fight. Now, on the second line,
Knowles here with
Watson's
Ag.
still going to be able to come in with his Aghanim Scepter, so it's not going to be easy. They need a good terrorize to push away some of these heroes, though Watson keeps on trucking. He lays down Ari. Next up is going to be 33. Chira Jr. nosedives on top of him. He spots BZM, though. He wants BZM, and he got him on the ice path as well. Slows him down just that little extra bit. They chased after. Wait a minute, they saw the Ursa now. The Ursa gets ensnared. Couldn't get the TP away, so they traded out. They said, you know what? Screw the Tinker. This Ursa's a better target.
Dude, he could hit him melee from the high ground. That was kind of cheeky. Gets the ensnare. No TP out for that Ursa. 33. Not happy with that fight, even though it went pretty well for him.
Oh, yeah, he mind blasted them, and they forgot about him entirely. He walked away from the fight.
Did just walk away. Not much of a threat on his own.
He started off killing 33, and then...
I mean, it was a great bait. They just don't have the damage follow-up yet. Like, if there's Tinker lasers coming through here with an Ags or something like that, this can look a lot different. Aegis also does some heavy lifting here for Yandex. And the newly done Ags for Watson, he's happy to join this fight. Dispels a lot here.
The
For the
instant
Curse Crown.
terrorize sphere is
Yeah.
well played by Notice with the Lotus.
Dispels are so good for Yandex's game. No, I mean, Pure he just couldn't hop out down far enough, man. Getting beat from the high ground.
And they want to fight in the top part of the map. That means Tormentor at 20. 9,000 net worth lead for Yandex.
Dire
Out of nowhere.
are scanning.
I mean, off of that game, too, they broke the 5-game win streak that Tundra had over Yandex, and now they might win the series.
I like their odds. Again, I think their draft functions better as a whole. Will they eventually get outscaled in this game? Yes, in theory. But they have a decent shot of never letting Tundra get there. Or, you know,
Radiant's middle
building a
tower
20,
is under
30K lead
attack.
where you can close out against anything. And I think Shaman always gives you a chance to win this game. If you find some clutch jumps with the Hex,
Sure.
just breaks the fight. There's no save in this Tundra lineup. What is the bailout? You know, this Shaman could get the BKB in this game if it keeps going later. And then what do you do if you just jump Hex, shackles your Ursa or something?
Well,
You can Wind Waker him or E-Blade him, I guess, eventually, maybe.
I mean, there's still the barrier,
Dire
right?
are scanning.
Yeah, but
That defense matrix can kind of
out.
counter shackles.
a little. They'll defend their Wisdom Shrine, that's something.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, with the pipe done, they are really going to struggle to do damage outside of the Ursa's single target focus, which he can only do if he's not being kited around.
I almost wonder if this weighted dice is just a test by Valve. Yeah, it's a litmus test of like
And the pro players are failing.
how bad are certain neutral items that people will take this over that and not read it. I bet you next patch there's gonna be some neutral item. It's just like brick. Does nothing. Don't take this. Plus 1 gold a minute. And there's gonna be some people who take it because they don't want to take something that's like they'd rather take something that is neutral and does nothing than something that they feel is bad for their hero. I'm telling you. Neutral item brick, hotcakes out here. Like, people be spamming. You'd see some tier 3 bricks out here. Just, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it, man. I got nothing good.
Isn't that Dormant Curio, basically?
Yeah,
That kind of is neutral item brick. It
a little
doesn't
bit.
do anything for you for a while.
But that's a brick with a payoff.
Sure.
It's a brick, but eventually inside the brick, there's some chocolatey goodness or something. I don't know.
Oh, now you like the song.
I'm kind of getting into it,
He's
man.
dancing along to
I
it.
kind of get into this Tinker song. It's almost level 20, by the way.
Oh, we got to get the pandas in on this.
Yeah, they would like it.
Make a Tinker rendition. Though it really is just like a 4-bit melody or something like that.
Quick smoke on the supports for Yandex. And Soxa makes the call through the gate to bait the Viper top. This could work.
Oh, this is going to be dirty.
If it lands.
I mean, Tundra are in this area like they want to do something, or maybe not. Maybe they're just safeguarding against smoke plays. And that's what Ari ends up doing successfully here. Shadow Realm, he'll die for it, but at least none of his cores die for it. Double BKB plus pipe. Tundra cannot fight into this. Not for a good long while. Ag's done on the Tide Hunter.
It's his way of contributing to the other 2 cores gameplay. Something.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, he seems pretty obsessed with this
Dire's
axe.
top tower is under attack.
Oh, they showed Heroes bottom. Tundra gonna take the fight top on the stragglers. Little missed map play here from Yandex. Gonna lose him a support. Lucky to not lose anything else. The catch from Tundra is just so pitiful.
Under attack.
Yeah, what happened to they showed on the creep wave?
They showed bottom. Tundra
Or what?
jumped. And they get a little support kill as the Tinker continues to bolster his defenses.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's interesting how we went from that game 2, which was so fast-paced and skirmishy, to this
Ready for shenanigans?
monstrosity.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Probably take a nap for this game.
Oh, hold that thought.
Where did he go?
No, never mind.
Sox is too fast. They lost sight of him.
They know he's here.
The Shivas will find him eventually, but there.
They got him. They got him.
White Mon got him. You know, it's a pretty decent warp flare game.
It's always a decent Warp Flare game. What do you mean?
I mean, okay, it's a better warp flare game than average.
I think every game's a better Warp Flare.
That's not
An average.
possible. There's an average. They can't all be
No,
above
it's like,
average.
you know, it's like if you ask someone, are you a better driver than the average driver? And over 50% of people say yes.
Okay, but it's just you.
Over 50% of Tinker players will tell you that every game is a better, over 50% better Warp Flare. Unpack that one. Walsh.
A second Roshan for Yandex.
Uncontested.
Completely uncontested. I mean, Tundra just... I don't see a way for them to fight right now. They just play for the high ground, play for the late game.
Technically, they are working this gold and XP lead back in their favor.
Yeah, kind of.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They have BKB on the Ursa, which I don't think you... I still don't think you want to take a fight, but it's possible.
It lets you for sure. I'm still looking at the Tinker items as kind of when you pull the trigger.
For sure. And he is going to be going E-Blade. Changed to E-Blade, they made it so it... one of the biggest changes is no longer about your primary attribute, it's about the sum of your total attributes, which Tinker's in the top half. He would have preferred the old one, I think. But
yeah, is this even better on him? He's kind of low total stacking.
I mean, it's worse for sure because they also nerfed the magic damage amp.
Yeah.
Or the vulnerability, 40% to 30%.
I guess he's tankier.
It also no longer builds out of Aether Lens, which was very nice for him.
There was also a period where you could go E-Blade BKB. So that build's gone.
Yeah, that was also broken.
Well, this is Aegis period for Yandex. They're going to try and force the issue. Do you have a banner to play with as well? If you can get a fight going into the high ground. Banner lets you go high ground against Tinker. Pretty good.
Just trying to get info all the time. Just walking into Yandex, Shadow Realm, blink away.
I don't think Tundra are too interested in fighting unless they dive past a tower and just give the fight on a platter to this smart Tinker.
Agreed.
It's like the anti-OG game. Stack together, farm together, stick together, do nothing together.
BZM, they got him. Oh my god, the translocator put him in the trees. They lost sight of him for a second. He's going to get the blink away. Oh, god, it's so annoying. And now the Ursa's going to jump in because, as you said, if it's served up on a platter, they'll take it. They've got the BKB after all. Pure, he's killed one, but he doesn't really have enough in the tank to go after Chira Jr. He's got to get away from this troll who got on top of the Tinker. And this Tinker will not be able to translocate out of all of this. A laser trying to stall up Watson. The Ravage goes off and he TP'd away, man! This Tinker's so annoying. 33 is still going to die, and Notice is running down the back line. BZM comes back in. See if he can kill something here. Pure, he jumps in after the Bristleback. Bristleback turns his back, though. Pure, he can't come in for that kill. And between these three cores, they can't kite them all, right? E-Blade goes off. Tinker, laser, trying to stay up, trying to get a teleport away. Where's the lockdown? They don't have any. No stuns. The Ice Path comes too late. BZM out a second time.
Somebody stun this guy. Use him. Bash him. I don't care. Anything. He can't keep getting away with this. Except he can, because he's Tinker. You should have mind blasted him. Also, the headband didn't work. 7-second psychic headband. She just kept pushing the troll back. Like, you have headband, you have translocator, you have the shields, you have E-Blade to ghost up to yourself. This hero is incredibly annoying to kill without consistent lockdown plus nullifier or whatever.
Yeah, imagine he had a second psychic headband that also ensnares the target.
He might get there soon.
Next item.
If he can get to Ag Shard, I think that'll be the moment Tundra can start really bringing the heat in these team fights, which might align with that next Roche spawn. So that's going to be a really pivotal moment in this game. They're down 11k, but it doesn't really feel like it if Yandex can't connect on the big 4 kills. That was their Aegis period too. Running out here in 30 seconds. The part in the game where the Tinker player's fingers start to feel the pain. That's why it's good to have a young mid player.
That's true. Who's the oldest mid player?
Active?
Yeah.
Radiant
Mid one?
scanning.
Oh. How old is mid one?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mid one is 29.
That might be it.
I think you have to abdicate the mid lane as soon as you hit 30.
But he is mid one.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to go back to off lane 1 or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Chill there, brother. You have your warp flare. That should make you happy.
No, it doesn't make me happy. Well, watching Tinker do Tinker things.
Yandex on the hunt right now. Still don't have the Shaman BKB as Sox is working towards it. He needs a couple more kills here to help him pick it up.
Also, I'm fairly certain that the Tinker killed my PC, so.
Yeah, you're done. That is, wow, you really fried that thing.
I looked at the Tinker. He did like 7 Shivas at once. It was like a 33's Mind Blast. My entire screen went white, and now it's frozen. So thank you, Tinker.
That's what Tinker does. Fights the fight everywhere. Tundra, they have a lot of smokes available, to no one's surprise. Don't think they've used a single one this game. So they're just stockpiling, waiting for that one fight around that Roche. Full Bissell done for the Ursa, not bad. Of course, they're getting farmed.
Radiant are scanning.
Almost at Tinker 25 as well.
Scanning.
What did you take?
Yeah, would you take the int?
I think you're supposed to take the int. I don't think the 200 AoE laser comes into play that much. Does you have like RP or something?
Quick little pick off on Malady. A hit and run.
Oh. That's more experience for the Tinker, baby. Farm it up. Level 24. Your doom is coming.
The excitement with which you cast Tinker games disgusts me.
I live for them. I'm a big Tinker fan. Oh, you're dead. Goodbye.
You weren't really using Ravage on anything else, so the moment you run into a hero like Viper alongside your Ursa, drop it.
That was the one acceptable death, because as the Yandex, you played this entire game with Tundra never making a single move. So your brain just goes, no, I'm just going to run around and farm any camp I want because they're AFK. And then they actually made a move, and you got caught. So now you have to readjust the mindset. Okay, now they're playing Dota. Sorry, guys. I didn't think they were playing Dota.
Well, it might be too late for that. Now you're only 7k up, though. The Ursa went for the Shrine. We've seen this one before. Last time it was Tundra playing defense, and it worked out pretty well for them. Here, they did not have the way to be able to kill the Ursa. The barrier is a problem.
Warp flare, laser.
And now you're going to get kited by gushes and lasers and warp flares.
That's an Ags laser. This Tinker's online. He's scary.
And Pure found a beautiful opening. The supports holding hands as they walk blind up the high ground. Warp flare to knock down Notice, so he has a Lotus. Gets rid of that.
Oh.
Pushes back the Troll, though. Another warp flare. BZM trying to make a run for it with a buyback from the Jakiro. He gets out of there.
Hit level 25, took the int. He's fully online. 6-second Psychic Headband. 8.8 second E-Blade. What can you do in the face of this monstrosity? Yandex, you did not push the pace in this game. You did not force high grounds with Shaman Wards. You did not utilize that early banner that is still in Watson's backpack. And now you are stuck in Tinkerland, where Tinkers grow on Tinker trees and drop Tinker bombs on your head.
You sound like you're Dr. Seuss. The Whovilles in Whoville.
Look, there's two sections to a Tinker game. It's pre and post Tinker Online. You can win before the Tinker is online. After he's online, there are no winners. Only Tinker is the winner in that game. Everybody else automatically loses. It's just a question of how much damage is inflicted upon you in real life while you attempt to win this game.
What about me, man?
What about you? You are irrelevant. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Is under attack.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Can they actually win late? Like, we've gotten to Tinkers Online. Yandex, the idea of closing out this game now is gone. You weren't able to close it out fast enough. You weren't able to end the game.
You can always win ultra late with anything because the game can just get too weird for anybody to understand.
Yeah. But do you think you're favored if this game goes another 20?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think the troll can get to a point where he's... Okay.
No.
You're just not even going to consider this. Sorry.
No. To me, this is Tinker's game to lose.
Well, sorry, Yandex.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That doesn't make it super one-sided. I'm not saying it's like 90-10 or something. No.
Okay, so what is it?
Probably 70-30, but a girthy 30.
A girthy 30.
Yeah, you know that 30's got
using that word.
That 30's got some girth on it. It's a thick ass 30 right there. Because the thing about Tinker is you can always just fuck up and die.
Yeah, sure.
Like the hero is a little tough mechanically to play compared to Viper. I run in and goo you, and if the guy jumps in goo and gets hexed, fight might just be over.
Quick jump. Force staff got 33 out of danger there.
Here's the Tinker. He's shrinking.
Yeah, you went on somebody that was not the Tinker. Lotus Orb actually locks down BCM. It's okay. Deals with that pretty easily. BKB goes off the Enrage in turn from the Ursa. Trying to force staff him up the high ground. He looked the wrong direction, but it's all good. Barrier, barrier, barrier. Everybody's healthy. Anyway. Everyone's getting healed. All good.
It's kind of ridiculous that Tundra don't want to force the fight when they still have the Aegis on the Ursa. Plus Refresher Shard in his backpack.
Are you really that surprised?
No.
Tundra.
Okay, they're smoking.
Falcons wouldn't do this either if they were Tinker players. Fortunately for all of us, they're not.
Farm together, AFK together, smoke together, move from Tundra.
And Pure, highest hero damage in the game.
Just like
to find another opening. He got a sick one last time around this area.
High ground ward for Yandex. Very good for the Shaman.
Everybody gets a barrier for this fight. And he goes into the troll. Now that troll has HP already, a decent amount of damage. Meanwhile, trying to get the grab on BZM. BZM keeping his distance, got shackled up. Terrorized, could have stopped that shackles, but the damage dealers are not touching BZM whatsoever. BZM's having a free fight, killing supports. Now the Ravage goes off, but at the same time as the Warp Flare, the troll's locked down. Pure tries to go for the kill, but now Watson turns around with his ultimate. He starts laying into the Ursa. He goes after Chiro Jr. instead, but Chiro Jr. survived on one more hit. There goes that Aegis. BZM, meanwhile, he took apart the Bristleback, and now that Watson no longer has his BKB, he wants to get him as well. Ursa jumped in on his second life, though. He got shackled up inside the tier 3. Watson trying to finish him off here, but he got to turn a little bit, and now he's being kited around. Snakes go out, trying to get any heroes. The Tidehunter's gonna fall. Chiro Jr. with Sox's buyback. They feel like they can get this. They feel like Watson can do enough, but Watson gets bursted down with no ult.
Tinker Dota. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here, and it is disgusting. As BZM survives the entire fight, he has so much mana to work with, and he is dealing some damage right there, side and side with Pure. Both of them dealing over 10k. Yandex threw a Shaman buyback in there. They had the high ground ward, but there's too much control from the supports to bail out the Tinker when the shackle lands. And the Ursa with the lives just tearing people apart, man.
That feels good to my stomach.
The Warp players are too powerful. The Dagons are coming out now. Keeps the headband just for some extra mental damage. I could have taken a tier 4 neutral item, but I rather just really ruin your day
Top tower is under
in
There's-
this game 3.
There's the first of the blink daggers for the cores. It's Viper.
You need blinks in this game. You need nullifiers. You need more abyssal blades. Where is the lockdown in the itemization? It's not there.
No, it's not.
This man has a green light.
Cheer Jr. went up Bloodstone, man. Like, he thinks he's gonna outlast
You think you're Tinker?
Tundra.
You're not Tinker. There's
No.
only one Tinker in this game. The rest of you are in Tinker jail. You need to build items to get out of Tinker jail, and you're not doing it right now.
And even as you get out of jail, you're still in Tinkerland.
under attack.
You're in Tinkertown.
Oh, this is getting rough to watch.
Dire are scared.
Nullifier for notice. I don't know. It just all feels a bit too late.
Yeah, it is too late. They itemized to kind of push early and maybe for a 30-minute, 25-minute high ground, but never went for that play. Now you're just getting massively outscaled. Now team fought. Tundra on the warpath.
Cheer Jr. is really far out here. They caught Soxa.
That's
A
great
dieback
catch.
for him.
Great catch. Getting real aggressive now. Hex on the Tide. Ags on the Ursa means these two guys, they're going in. They're a massive threat, very hard to deal with. So much space for the Tinker to work with.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
STB's the other side of the map where Notice was pushed out a little far. Can't catch him in time.
That is the face of a man who knows where he is right now. Locked in Tinker prison by his old teammate. Getting mind blasted.
Radiant's top tower.
Getting warp flared. Not fun. Not fun for a Shaman. 0-9 game from Soxa.
Radiant's top tower.
Up to Dagon 4, by the way. 5th is available, but of course, you want to hold on to that buyback, so you have to kill you twice.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case, you never know.
We gotta stay on the move.
They've got Tormentor and Roshan, so they're going to be chilling for a while. You won't see that high ground push for a bit. What can Yandex get during this window? I just refuse to believe that an overwhelming blink
Sweet.
on a Viper solves your problem.
you need
Like,
lockdown.
it didn't work for Ame. I don't think it's going to work for you.
You need Nullifier, Abyssal, Hexes, Yules,
Yeah, where's
anything
the
to interrupt
disable?
and control this Tinker. That is what will win you this game. If it's not that, I refuse to believe it's helpful here.
I mean, Troll will get a Blink Dagger next. He's going to buy the Ag Synth and replace it with a Blink Dagger.
If he gets on top of the Tinker, he theoretically lock him down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's combined with Sox's jump, right?
By the way, something to keep in mind, like that 40 int talent, Tinker has plus 124 int, which means he's gaining another almost 25% base magic resist. He has 57% magic resist.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
What is that, dude?
We need to tone
What is
down
that?
the magic resistance on intelligence formula. Just a little bit. Got the opening on the Tide under here. He's going to be broken. Can they kill him and stop the Ravage? The Ravage still goes off, but the BKBs
Okay.
have been committed. They got the kills. They spotted BZM. Pushed away. He blinked out. Where did he go? Where did he go? Soxa caught him.
A hero.
A knight in shining armor. No, the terrorize. Maybe it's Ari's the one
The
who's
shackle
saving everything. They managed
from
to get the shackle
downtown.
on him, though. Soxa from all the way across the screen has got a little bit more lockdown on BZM. They've got him with their nullifier. They're hitting him, and he is dead. Damn the beast. He's gone.
Soxa God. 0-9, but he's making the sacrificial jump to play.
Middle barracks.
Split second find there with the Hex. Gets him with the shackle. Tinker out of the game. 80 seconds on the sideline. Right as Roche spawns, Tundra got caught off guard in the middle of that mid lane. Just caught sleeping.
Ooh, 33 did not like.
He did not like that at all. They got done dirty. Warlock was stacked on top of the Tide. I mean, we have to see that again. I don't know if that
what?
was just casualness and how this game was going.
He blinked next to the Tide. I have to assume he meant to, like, force staff?
I think it's probably a misclick, yeah. A rare one if that's what it was. But one that Yandex will gobble up here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They get gifted a life raft.
Dire's
He
middle
certainly
tower
did. All of a
is
sudden, you went from blink to almost swift blink for Watson, and a chance to hit the high ground.
And there's Nullifier on the Bristle now. More control available. Ultra late game Dota can never rule anybody out here as Yandex will claim a set of racks. And some juicy 25 talents of their own. They're going to have 3 25 plus
Radiant's
cores,
bottom tower
all
is under
unlocking
attack.
those big talents.
Look at Sox already setting up. He's running
Dire's
around with the
top tower
gem,
is under attack.
making sure there's no vision down here.
He's almost a BKB, which there isn't really interrupt for unless the Ursa's on top of him.
Yeah, there's Golem.
Yeah, that's true, Golem. I mean, Tundra still want to find Shaman early because he is the biggest threat to the Tinker.
Yes.
So you're always trying to look for this guy with your other cores.
Level
Pure.
20 talent for Asaxa as well. So combined with the BKB, that shackle is going to last forever.
It's almost 6 seconds here. It's got a lot of cast range to use with it as well, but should keep in mind, this Ursa is still big and bad as well. He 8 nags, finished an Octarine. He's got Shard. This is a lot of damage coming out from the Bear, and they can easily just wipe Yandex off the face of the earth if there's a good Blink Ravage into Hex.
Tundra sitting on this high ground again, but Yandex knows. See what they learn from their mistakes. And BTM put on the front line. Really? They're going to Golem drop, but it's just all in commitment with the BKBs. They baited out a Tinker. He's going to buy back for it. They better hope this second part of the fight goes well, as the Troll starts beating into the Tide Hunter, who finally ravages last second, but he still gets burned out. And Pure jumps into an Ice Path.
He got
and now
hexed.
he's going to be Serpent Warded. He's getting kited. He managed to run through the Serpent Wards while Watson is going to lose his first life. Chiro Jr. trying to get BZM. BZM playing away from him. He's backing out. Pure committing to kill on Soxa. Gets that kill and makes a run for it with his BKB. 33 in the middle of them here, but doesn't have a Ravage. He isn't really much of a threat here. He's just a body to let BZM do what he can during this window. Jump to the back line. Pure, he blinks out Jakiro, but that's a lot of cores he just jumped into, but he's apparently fine. Just another enrage. The cores are being
Tinker going to
kited,
work.
and Tinker is doing disgusting things in the back line.
Can they catch anybody on the way out? Yandex have bailed on this fight. Quad buyback from Tundra.
They see you later, Notice. Sorry, bud.
You are going to get warp flared into a coffin.
Mass buybacks on Tundra. Yandex can hold their heads high as they got 4 buybacks out of that.
Yes. Quad buyback. The only hero that did not go down is the Ursa. That was an interesting setup. I mean, it was very obviously a purposeful bait from the Tinker. Maybe he thinks he can get out of there with some, force staff action or
Just what I was
E-Blade,
waiting for.
whatever.
Yeah, I
But
mean, if he's faced the right direction, right? Like, potentially the
just
Translocator
hides so
pushes him
fast.
up and a Force Staff pushes him up. Like, he can go like 800 distance pretty quick.
I don't know. There's something fundamentally wrong about baiting the Tinker.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
It's just mega awkward. They didn't get the Blink Ravage because Yandex popped their BKBs almost instantly once they saw that guy.
Yeah.
33 blinked in, but they were already BKB'd, so what's he going to do? That was just a weird situation. Ultimately, you do have buybacks to play with here, and it's going to win you the fight in the long run as Tundra. But you have to use all of them. So sad to try and watch this Viper do anything to this Tinker. He has such high magic resist.
Right.
He's just permanently flaring him, E-blading him. At some point, Chiro Jr. just walks away. He's like, all right, whatever, man. I'll come back in this fight. Gets bonds to everybody.
It's also crazy to me the number of times that Pure was able to go into the middle of all of these heroes.
Well, he was a beast this fight. I mean, might be able to make a solid argument that this Ursa is carrying this game harder than the Tinker.
Yeah.
It's just cleaning up heroes on the backline with these overpower stacks and the level 25 talent. Shredding people out here. Never died in this fight, too.
The Blink Daggers definitely did some work there for Yandex. Not only killing the Tinker to start, but the fact that their 1 and 2 position get out from that engagement does some wonders for them, as Tundra unable to, off of, you know, all those buybacks. It's not like they were able to force any buybacks out of Yandex.
And we are seeing BZM go back for the BKB. Can always be a huge item on this hero. Just gives you so much freedom in the fight. But you have to slot in, or you have to slot that in for something unless you're going to eat the Ags, which you don't have buyback, so it makes sense here. Approaching level 30 on these cores for Tundra now as we kind of get near the tier 5 neutral item point. We do have a nullifier on the Viper. We have one on the Bristle that we saw earlier. So double nullifier.
BCM, gotta be careful here. Okay, they're gonna take out the Warlock.
He is lucky he does not get jumped there. That's just the game, potentially.
Yeah, seriously. He's so close to that Ag synth, he wants to finish it off. But almost got caught in the process. So, Yandex can take at least this outer objective. Do they want to risk going high ground, or should they wait for Roshan, Avery?
They know there's no Warlock. You have a 5-on-4, you can drop Shaman Wards, siege it with Jakiro if you really want to play it slow. I think the high ground
Viper as well. He's got the shards, so
yeah, I think this high ground is the right call.
He just sits in his gunk. Doesn't take any real magic damage. He just has to be afraid of Pure, who doesn't get the bash.
Remember, the Ursa's the one with buyback right now. Yandex know it. They want to jump anybody else but him.
Break the Ursa.
If Soxa sees an opening for the Tinker, he will take it. He has BKB. That is a guaranteed 5.7 second shackle.
Got the jump.
That is not who you want.
Instantly stops him. And Watson was unable to follow through. Soxa.
Oh, this does not look good.
He tried to get in there, but now they're being kited back to the fountain. Potentially, Ari with a Terrorize stalls it up. Now the Ravage. Watson still going to work, though, with the Battle Trance, and the Battle Fury hits. Will finish off Ari all the way into the fountain. He
That's
goes.
not where you want to be, son.
No, he doesn't want to be here at all. He's going to be trapped inside of there. The heroes? Oh, okay. Jakiro TP's out successfully. That was a lane of barracks. And again, it's a situation where Tundra, can you take advantage of the fact that the troll is dead for 85 seconds?
Could technically be an instant roast spawn. It is not. It is 2 minutes. So not a lot they can do here. They did get the buyback out of Sox, so they kind of pulled the trigger on that, thinking that fight was going to get extended. That's an influential buyback in this game. He just died so fast to that Ursa.
Yeah, what another sick move from Pure, saving the game. Like, he was instantly ready to...
He has done work this game. Level 30 now, picked up a Lincoln's. He's almost the enforcer for Tundra.
Yeah.
This is just protecting the Tinker. You go on the Tinker, I'm going to go on you. And it's working out right now. This bear is a beast. So damn fat. 12, 2, and 9, almost 800 CS. Picks up that Lincoln's to give himself some defensibility. But he has so much offensive potential.
Yandex, they still have this potential win condition. One fight, one good fight, and the game could be over. But if it doesn't happen soon, buybacks are going to be coming back up. 33, they jump for Soxa. Spotting Soxa. Soxa gets off the BKB. What is he going to turn around and do with it, though?
Tinker's
going after
in.
BZM. Kira Jr. does what he can, but again, Tinker's just away. No stuns from the Viper. Can't stop the Tinker.
One of the buyback timers here for Tundra, all up in a minute.
Yeah.
You're going to miss your window to close this one out off of that fight on the bottom.
Yeah,
Wisdom Shrine.
But, I mean, if you're in position to get this Roshan, which it looks like they will be, you're only one lane away from Megas.
I don't think the Roche matters as much as buybacks anymore. Maybe it gives you confidence to go high ground, but I don't think it changes that high ground too much. Like, a second life on Troll just seems non-influential here. Might even give Aegis to the Shadow Shaman. I mean, feels more important in a way.
Yeah, maybe.
Doesn't have the buy.
I would also consider giving it to the Viper if he's going to be the one hitting buildings.
Sure.
Just only let the Viper hit the buildings.
Just gonna get lasered though. Let's see what they do here. It is a refresher shard. You could also double ward pop. But the smoke coming through from Tundra, they do not want to let this go.
Pure sneaking up the side here. Deal with the ward and drop a ward of their own. And Pure jumps in after notice, but this is just a bit of a poke. Nothing heavily committed here.
Just building stacks. Pretty free for him to do so. You can't really commit in on this bear with the Shaman.
Normally you would say you had the advantage as Yandex because you've taken the bottom lane of barracks, but Tundra has a Tinker, so he can kind of deal with these other lanes and still join in on the team fight.
You can't always force the Roche with wards, plus just like the Viper troll in there.
Illusion.
The Roche isn't as important as the team fight or the buybacks here, so you don't want to sacrifice positioning for this objective that isn't worth as much anymore. Line has been drawn up mid. EZM currently farming it out there.
Chira Jr. being the front line, while the smoke between Watson, Soxa, and Malady looks to find that Tinker. A lane ward dropped.
It's a good ward.
Tinker heads south. He goes to deal with the bottom lane. Pure in a weird position here. They hit the Warlock in the back lines. That'll open up Soxa for better Shackles, but the Golem got dropped and stopped the first round of Shackles. Still spotting BZM, but the BKB is only going to last so long. Soxa, he's trying to get out with the Tumbler's Toy, but he's not going to make it. Run down by Pure once again. BKB goes off from notice, and he'll retreat back to the high ground. Tundra, they had the buyback where Yandex does not, and the chase ensues. Notice, who no longer has his BKB, is get pursued by both the Ursa and this Tinker. Locked down a little bit, but the Lotus Orb help protects, and instead it's Chira Jr. who's going to get caught up in it, thrust back into the arms of the bear.
So hard to get on top of these cores on the backline. There's golems, there's brambles, there's a ravage, there's random gushes. Soxa's trying his best, but when the bear can just focus fire your shaman and that feels like the team fight's done, you need other solutions here. You need more threats, you need more lockdown, other hexes, something to create a threat. Right now the team fights are very streamlined for Tundra. And that was with them jumping both supports. Unfortunately, that Golem went down and canceled the Shackle on the Willow, so you didn't get the clean double support kill you were looking for at the start of that fight.
Yeah.
Would have maybe made a big difference there. Well, that is an Aegis Bear. Spoil is going Tundra's way. They're going to Hex the Bristle top. Look for some damage on him. I don't know if he can walk this off or not.
Pushed around.
Yeah, he's dead. Does have buyback available.
He shoved him into a locker, man. And in goes Pure.
He's got an Arcane Rune running right now, by the way. Pretty disgusting with all these jumps. Refresher Shard went to the Tide, so double Ravage is also available for Tundra to try and close this one out. That's huge. All their buybacks are available except for the Warlock.
Bristleback bought out a Wind Waker and still has buyback.
Yeah, he's fat. He's fat. But you're losing your base right now.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top barracks are
You will
under
have to
attack.
jump something here to defend your base. And it will not be the Tinker. You're going to have to pick your poison on some other target.
Watson the first to tier 5.
Digin, not bad.
Digin Desolator. Plus an extra 40 Agi.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So
under
he hurts.
attack. Radiant's top
Ah, yes, the classic 32-second cooldown Book of the Dead for the Tinker.
That's disgusting.
With the boundless cast range. Very balanced in all things.
Meteor gets dropped on the Viper. There goes the Ravage. The chain stun to finish off Chiro Jr. While the backline got jumped by Pure. Sox is dead as well.
The damage is insane.
Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower.
Seemingly, Yandex have no way to defend anymore. They no longer have Soxa. There's still an Aegis on Pure. An Aghanim Scepter picked up for the Warlock. And they're still missing some of their tier 5s. A Fallen Sky onto the Troll, half HP. They got a Wind Waker, though. That'll help bail him out. Gets off the BKB and the ultimate. And he rips through the Ursa the one time. Can he get him the second time? Going after BZM. BZM kiting him around with the E-Blade. He's okay. Now hitting Pure. Pure looking at damage from the Troll. But as soon as the Enrage goes off, there goes much of the damage. And Watson's going to get lasered. And Watson's not going to be able to do a damn thing against the Ursa, who's hopping his way out. BZM's kiting him around. Pushes the Troll back. Watson doing what he can, but he just gets ravaged, he gets kited, he gets pushed around. It's non-stop bullying everywhere you look. It's Tundra heroes pushing Yandex back, keeping them from doing what they want to do, and he TP'd right in front of them. He had no mana left, and now he's gonna come back a full kit ready to go. And what does Watson have? Watson doesn't have a BKB. He doesn't have a refresher. He doesn't have an ultimate to work with. And Tundra have everything. Soxa up in 5 seconds, but it feels just a little too late. The damage has been done. The net worth, 30,000 net worth lead for Tundra off of this one. They're gonna pull up the Ursa. They'll get the buyback into him. What about BZM? BKB'd, teleporting. Nothing to stop a BKB teleport.
No Abyssal, no BKB piercing stun in this lineup. Continues to toy with them.
Got him on the ice path.
I mean, in theory, if Yandex can
20
somehow
seconds
win
until
this
this next
fight.
BKB. This BZM's just playing on the front lines like he's a god. And maybe he is.
Can they find an opening?
Kicking him all the way back to the fountain. The Bristleback, half his HP, gone in an instant there as the combo from BZM hits, and they keep on landing these ice paths. But Watson, he just can't really jump and commit. And if he doesn't go soon, tier 4s almost out. A refresher for 33 is on its way. That might surprise Yandex in their entirety as they are trying to hold on to just the fountain here. 33 hits the backline a little bit. Notice they managed to get the Hex onto Pure. Pure needs some help. 4-step, and he's away. They go after Whitemon dead, and Whitemon gets casually 3-shot the
on the Tinker shackle.
Managed to get the shackle onto BZM. BZM, the shackle lasts just long enough. They get him. He falls. A buyback to be used. Now it's Pure and 33, both getting low, and the one dies. 33, he falls, half HP for the Troll. No way out. It's the Tinker, man. It's the Tinker. He's the carry. They got him in the shackles. Can they lock him down long enough? They don't have the Troll, but goddamn, they do have the Viper. They will hold on just a little longer.
No freaking way do they hold that.
Are they going to be able to run it down and end the game? They've only have 2 heroes left.
What just happened?
It's the Dark Willow and the Tidehunter versus the 4 of Yandex.
The Ursa died in fountain to... I don't even... You like ticked out to Quill's frame second in the fountain. Doesn't even make sense.
A frame perfect kill might have just got Yandex a game 3 victory.
Courier has been killed.
Notice loses his courier. There goes some damage that they were hoping for in this final push. They've got plenty of time as long as they don't let 33 do any shenanigans here, because he's trying to kill the wave. He's trying to kill the wave to make sure the backdoor protection stays up. So Chiro Jr. is after his ass. He wants him out of here.
You have to kill this wave, though.
And the next wave is getting kited.
The courier.
Oh no, Ari's gonna take this one out too.
They're using couriers to pull it. Nobody's protecting it right now. That bought a lot of time.
I mean, those melee creeps are gonna die to a gush.
The catapult.
But the catapult is the one thing that can save Yandex here.
It's so low, though. 150 HP. It got distracted by couriers. It doesn't know where to go.
Backdoor protection is gonna go down here. And they plan out the banner. They get inside the base. The double Serpent Wards is going to be dropped. They're just
That's
trying to
so
stall
much
for
damage.
now. But it's 30 long seconds until Pure is back up.
They
And the
clear the
damage
wave.
is raining in. Look at the Stygian Desolator on Malady. Malady is pushing the tier 4 days. So is Chira Jr. They're doing so much damage. And Tundra seemingly can't seem to stop them. They now
need more
wipe up.
time.
Terrorize goes out with the double golems. It's all up to Chira Jr. He's going to push for the throne here. He breaks the Tidehunter, keeps him at a distance. A Sight Device trying to stall out this damage where they can. The Macro Empire on the Tidehunter, burning him out, but it's all about the throne. The Ravage goes down, a full commitment, and Chira Jr. gets it. It's Yandex to take game 3.
No way. How do they win that game?